is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee. Coming to the far sideline, down to the 45 to the 40, 35-30. Is there a flag on the play? I don't see one. 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown! Tennessee scored!
Yeah, the sun's burning fog off the Tennessee. The Vawl Navy's making waves, and it's orange they believe. Vawl Nation's tailgating, and they're raring to go. Yeah, when Neyland gets to rocking, it's a hell of a show. And man, you won't believe.
There. What's up, Vawl Nation? Welcome to Facebook and TikTok. We're currently averaging 111 subscribers per episode, baby. Averaging somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 live listeners. And that's not counting the views we get after the episode. We're growing fast, and we can't thank our listeners enough. We hope you're having a great Wednesday night, just like the four of us are. 4-0, baby, and welcome to the SEC, Oklahoma.
It was a good business trip to Oklahoma, Vawl Daddy. Good business trip.
Good game, good game.
Just keep winning. Heupel and company took care of business.
Yeah, great trip. We'll talk more about this as the show goes on. But we're off this week. We got the bye. Alabama and Georgia have to lose this week, one of the two. So don't get much better than that. I have the Spank, the Spur, and the Josh with me tonight. As always, we have a great show lined up for our listeners tonight. We'll get to have a little more freedom this week since we had the bye this week. Tennessee will have 2 bye weeks this year, the other being after the 3rd week of October in between Alabama and Kentucky. So bye week this week, then we travel west again to Arkansas. We then get Florida at home. We get Alabama at home, bye week. And then Kentucky in Neyland. We got Mississippi State for homecoming in Neyland, obviously. Tennessee that will then travel to Athens to face the Bulldogs. Then UTEP comes to Neyland. And then we travel to our second home in Nashville to face off against the Commodores. I love the way our bye weeks fall.
I love it too.
The schedule.
I love it too, man. We get that bye week right before the gauntlet and right after.
Yeah, it honestly couldn't come at a better time. We're going to heal up from a few nagging injuries and be ready for Arkansas coming next weekend.
Yeah, it's much easier than years past. It's still not easy, but it's a lot easier than – usually we're always like the top 5 toughest schedule, so it's nice having a little bit of a break. We have a lot to dive into, but first let's give a shout-out to the ones who make this show come full circle. VFL Stephen Hensley Insurance and Realty, 865 Exterior Solutions, Hound Dogs Knoxville, Tennessee Trends, Freedom Motors, and the Vawl Navy. So if you like our show, please thank our sponsors. Give them a like or a follow. Give them your business. On the agenda tonight, we'll dive into Saturday's win in Norman, Oklahoma. Even though we won handily, still some controversy. Some unhappy fans.
I know one.
The play calling, conservative approach. We'll dive balls deep into this.
Head first.
We have more gifts to give away. Our football pick'em winner will be announced tonight. Our listener winner will also receive a $25 gift card to Hound Dogs Knoxville and some awesome decals. We'll also tell you how to play later in the show. Everyone can enter to play. Also, who must dip into the cup of misfortune tonight? The loser of last week's football pick'ems, Josh, Spanky, Spur, or myself, will have to dip our hand into the awful cup of punishments, and we'll have to do the dare or donate to charity.
I heard you got a new dog.
How you doing tonight, Spanky?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy.
I do have an invisible dog. I lost last week, so I'll have to show later in the show. It was raining today, but the The dare is I had to walk an invisible dog in a dog park, but it was pouring rain, so we ended up doing it in Walmart. So
I had to make a comment on a comment. Leland Griffith says, "When is Spur getting the Bob Kessling tattoo?" The answer: never.
I think that'd be a good one.
I think
Never.
it would be a great tattoo, Spur.
That should be a
Hey,
punishment.
if it would get him to retire, if it would get him to retire, I'd consider it.
We will grade position groups from last week's game. We'll give our opinion on if the team that showed up versus Oklahoma completed Neyland's game maxims. We'll have to put a little bit of effort in this for once tonight. And always we'll have the norm. Start, bench, cut, one word. The duel. Josh, Spur, and Spanky will go at it head-to-head with 5 tough questions. The listeners will vote in the comments to determine the winner. So we'll need the opinions of our listeners for the vote. So stick around for that. Show the people the belt, baby.
Oh, there it is.
Hope it's hold your britches up all week.
Yeah, well,
Josh,
Hey, gonna hold
Josh
those shorts up you
he's
got.
come to know the belt really well here lately. When he loses it, he gets it back pretty quick, it seems. Tennessee has even got some number
what she
one
said.
rankings. We're going to get into that as well. Let's give a shout-out to our friend in Vawl for Life, Stephen Hensley. Stephen is both realtor and insurance broker. He can help answer any questions you have about real estate. What's the market doing? Is it a good time to buy or sell? What's my home worth? Do I need to make improvements or repairs to get the most money? He covers about 60 miles around the Knoxville area for real estate. As an insurance brokerage, he can shop your home, auto, boat, RV, ATV, motorcycle, renters, landlord, Airbnb, etc. He'll find the best deal possible for you. He can also offer commercial and business insurance for any line of business. Text or call Stephen today, 865-742-1672. That's his direct number. Let's go ahead and check the comment box. It seems like it's kind of popular right now. Edith is already on one. I can see Edith in the comments.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Edith.
Edith. Who is Edith? Maddox says go Big Orange. James says let's go. What's up, fellas? What's up, James? Edith, I cannot read that comment. Chris says, hey, just seen you at Walmart. Yes, you did.
See his dog too.
Did you see my dog there? No, I think it was pre-dog. Pre-dog.
Pre-dog.
Edith says, first things first, is Wartburg still undefeatedless?
Undefeatedless.
Next.
No comment.
Josh says next.
Ba-dun-dun.
Edith says, how many nipples do you got under that jacket, Spur?
A few.
A few is
Yep.
the answer.
Liz asked if we're going to have withdrawals since it's a bye week. Probably.
Probably. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Jesse says the earth is round.
Well, Jesse's
Oh,
wrong.
Don't get him started. Oh, Lord.
You got to
Jesse,
go Vols deep on the mic, James says. Who's he talking to?
I don't know. Somebody.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Because I can talk into it
God,
if
don't get him
y'all
started.
want to.
Don't get him started. Jesse Cooper wants to know what's my beef with Bob Kessling. He can't describe a football play to save his life. There you go. He's really good at
Fair
basketball.
enough.
Spanky's got that hood held up like old Dion over
Nah,
there.
I don't go Dion. I got a visor on.
Are you coming?
Nah, I'm right.
Edith
No.
would know.
Almost. We got 600 something likes already on TikTok. We appreciate you very much. Stephanie says, hello from Knoxville. Go Vols. Go Vols.
Go Vols.
We got a what's up from Cookeville, Tennessee. What's up, DG? We got a Coach Jackson. What's up from Hayden? We got a Oklahoma. We'll get better.
We got Jesse's listener from Hayes, Kansas, currently.
Kansas.
Yeah, sitting at a campground. He says the hometown of World Series MVP, Dylan Dreiling.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. We got a Sparta, Tennessee from Josh. Maddox says, I'm just as excited to watch the Bama Georgia game as I have been to watch the Vols this year.
And hey, well, we got a minute. Everybody be weather aware this week coming up. Hurricanes coming up for Florida. If there's any Tennessee fans that's living in the Panhandle of Florida, I've got an extra bedroom. Just hit me up. Notice Tennessee fans.
Spurs single. That's basically what he's telling everybody right
I
now.
said extra bedroom, not my bedroom.
He's got an extra bedroom, and then he's got his bedroom. If you do not see our comment, feel free to send it as many times as necessary. We love to hear from our listeners. It's hard to keep up with, so make sure to send them in as many times as you want to. You won't get on our nerves. Let's hit some news and notes. Tennessee comes in at number 6 in the latest coaches poll. They were number 7 last week. The top 10 in the coaches include Georgia at 1, Texas at 2, Ohio State at 3, Alabama at 4, Ole Miss at 5, Tennessee at 6, Oregon 7, Penn State 8, Miami 9, and Utah 10.
I love where we sit, you know. We're going to be in the top 5 next week no matter what, because either Bama or Georgia's going down. So Tennessee at 6, it's sitting pretty right now.
It's the coaches poll.
That's what I say. Not much. We haven't really got much love from the coaches, honestly.
No, that's that. They're jealous.
But let's hit the one that matters. The AP poll, Tennessee has cracked the top 5 at number 5 in the AP poll. I'll go over the AP poll. You all just interrupt me when necessary. Number 1, we've got Texas. 2, Georgia. 3, Ohio State. 4, Alabama. 5, the Vols.
We just ask you, what has Ohio State done?
That's what I was wondering.
They're Ohio State. That's what they've done.
Yeah, they're the princesses.
The same thing every single year that they do. Number 6, Spur. When we was watching College Game Day live, we got a kick out of which announcer was it that was talking about Ohio State getting done with their preseason after this week?
It was Desmond Howard.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Michigan guy.
Yeah. It was like, well, Ohio State plays their last preseason game of the year against Marshall this week, and we cracked up.
It was,
and he said it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, and you know they're fuming right now. 6, Ole Miss. 7, Miami. 8, Oregon.
You know,
9,
I'm surprised that we passed Ole Miss because they've been the media darling of the SEC here lately, and you know, for us to pass them in the AP, you know, it's
we've won 2 top 25 games.
Yeah,
simple as that.
And then we've got 9, Penn State. 10, Utah. 11, Missouri. That's I don't know that I was really pulling for Vandy to pull that one off.
Man.
Vandy's a little bit better than we give them credit for.
Vandy's
I
pretty
think
good.
Missouri's just bad.
Vandy's going to beat Florida.
Yes, they are.
They will.
That's going to be so
And
funny.
I cannot wait.
Is it at Vandy or
Leland.
is it at Florida?
It don't
Leland,
matter.
you got to go to Vandy, Florida this year.
If the Commodores will beat you at home or on the road, it don't matter. But it's interesting to see, too, which one's going to fall between Alabama and Georgia because, honestly, unless it's a super, like last-minute field goal, Tennessee's going to pass up one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super exciting. 12, you've got Michigan. Overrated. They just refuse to admit that. 13, USC. 14, LSU. 15, Louisville. 16, Notre Dame.
Speaking of overrated.
Louisville?
No,
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame? Okay. 17, Clemson. 18, Iowa State. 19, Illinois. I like Brett Bielema, by the way.
I do too.
I do too.
I don't think they'll get it done this week, but we'll see. 20, Oklahoma State. 21, Oklahoma.
You know, I find it interesting that Oklahoma dropped below Oklahoma State, even though both teams lost this week. Oklahoma State lost to a good Utah team, and Oklahoma lost to us. But yet they dropped a little bit further in the rankings. So.
It is a little weird.
Then we've got 22, BYU. 23, Kansas State. 24, Texas A&M. And 25, Boise State. We can go ahead and hit the comments.
We got a bunch of them. They're going crazy.
Randy says, look at Notre Dame's schedule with a bunch of cupcakes. Ryan says Leland is going to cry when Vandy beats Florida.
He probably will.
He's a Florida fan, I'm guessing.
No, he's a Vandy fan.
Oh.
He's going to cry tears of joy, just like you did on that strip.
I'll be so happy for you. Edith says we beat NC State so bad they quit football.
They may have.
Nathan says Gator hater. Josh says Tennessee's the only team with 2 ranked wins, neither games at home, yet we're not even top 2. Love the disrespect. I'm not saying whipping NC State is a brag, but you can't deny the facts and the output of this team.
Can't deny it.
Cannot
I like
deny
it. I like it. Tennessee's getting a lot of national media love right now. Let's give our dude Juwan Jennings a huge shout out, and he put on a show for all NFL fans and for his team, the 49ers, on Sunday, scoring 3 touchdowns, 11 catches for 175 yards, and he currently leads the 49ers in receiving as the number 3 receiver.
He's a dog, man. He is the dog.
He is. I tried to pick him up on my fantasy waiver wire this week, but was denied.
Yeah, because I got him already.
Oh, you got him.
I got him.
Oh, dang. I love it for Juwan Jennings. We've all said he'd be a number 1 receiver in the NFL if he was given the opportunity. Well, thanks to a couple of injuries, he has that opportunity now, and more power to him. I love it. He's great at Tennessee. He played the game the right way. One of the best memories I have is him making that catch against Georgia.
Maybe it's because Dobbs is over on the sideline with him.
It may be.
What do you think?
We still need to get a Dobbs to Jennings touchdown this year.
Yeah, Hail
The
Mary.
49ers call it 3rd and Juwan. So
Third and
There we go.
Juwan.
Tennessee defense held offenses scoreless for 19 quarters straight. This is the longest streak in FBS in the last 20 years. If Alabama can put one in the end zone offensively versus Georgia in the first quarter Saturday, Tennessee will hold that record.
And I think Bama does just that.
I do too.
This
I
ain't the
agree.
Georgia defensive hold.
I agree.
Yeah, I so want us to hold Oklahoma in that 4th quarter to extend this streak, but no matter what, this is an impressive defense, and it's elite.
The streak was going to end at some point.
Yeah.
We all knew it. It's inevitable. People on defense, you're going to get scored on, and might as well just got it out of the way before we got to hit a test, and we don't know how to respond to it.
19 straight quarters. That's still
It's impressive.
That's very impressive.
It's very impressive, especially in the last 20 years. ESPN gives our Tennessee Volunteers an 80% chance to make the college football playoff. This number was around 30% at the beginning of the season.
Unless the wheels fall off of it, we're in.
Guys, start saving up now. December and January is about to get really expensive.
Yeah.
Just keep winning, baby. One game at a time. Don't feel it feels good to get love after the so many years of just
I want that home
just
game.
unhealthy. I don't know what the word for it is, but
Can y'all hear me now still? Can you hear me now?
nobody can hear
me
Spanky
now?
because he's on his phone.
Can
probably,
you hear
if
me?
I was guessing.
Can you hear me?
I
Can
want,
you hear me?
Hey, Vawl Daddy, I want that home game.
I do too.
I
I
want
want.
the
I
home
want.
game.
I want
I do
it
too.
really, really bad. Really bad. Marty Allen Cox says, "Go Vols." Doug says, "Luke, tell Zero to loosen up a little bit. He's always too serious."
That'd be me. If Doug knows my work nickname was Zero at one point.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Let's be
"Who?"
loosen up. I'll get loose today, Doug.
I had no idea who Zero was. I was trying
I
to.
knew him as Zero for 10+ years before I called him Spur.
A bunch of Juwan Jennings love in the comments. Let's see. We have some SEC weekly awards to announce. The SEC has named Nico Iamaleava the SEC Freshman of the Week for the 3rd time in 4 games.
It's going to keep on
Hey.
rolling in.
I got some good news for the rest of the freshmen in the SEC. Nico won't win it this week, so they'll have a chance.
It's impressive, especially just knowing that. I mean, what's the amount of quarters he's even got to play so far? And then when he did get to play a full game, we literally handed the ball off the whole time. So, Tennessee defensive lineman Joshua Josephs was named the SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. Last but certainly not least, our kicker, Max Gilbert, has been named as the Special Teams Player of the Week.
Yeah, I've got more to say about that here later
Yeah.
on in the show.
Me too.
Boone wants to know.
That's right, baby. You know it, Boone.
The strongest, best defensive line coach in Morgan County.
I think we all know who that is. It's Big Boone, baby.
Is Boone
Is he
coaching
coaching-
defensive line?
I didn't think he
Yeah.
coached defensive line. I thought
it was just strength and conditioning.
Now, hey, look, man, he does it all. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He can do anything you need.
And
He's
I've-
probably stronger. I
I
have
have-
no doubt that he's stronger than me.
There's no doubt he's stronger than
And
probably anybody.
probably best looking, too.
No, Spanky. You got something in your throat right there? You good?
Just saying.
Cough it up a little bit, man.
Just
Let
saying.
it out, Spanky.
Just said it.
Tennessee's road game in Arkansas has been slotted for 2 potential slots, 7 p.m. on ABC or 7:30 on ESPN. Another primetime slot for the Vols.
Yeah, it's a national attention, and that shows that Tennessee just draws the ratings. You know, we had 6.9 million viewers for the Oklahoma game. That's
insane
pretty dang
amount of
good.
number.
Hit a TikTok. We're almost at 2,000 likes on TikTok. We appreciate y'all very much. As always, you get the back scenes view, kind of. They won't let us stream what we do on Facebook. If you want to see what we fully do, feel free to look us up on Facebook at Vols Deep. That's with an A and a W. You got to say it with your chest.
Oh.
We got a Onada on TikTok. We got a Sunbright in TikTok. We got Tennessee Scott saying, I'm ordering my Vols Deep t-shirt. Yeah, talk to Spanky about that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're in the words of Spanky, they've got other priorities right now.
We do. We got
Other priorities. The Vols Deep t-shirts are not important.
yeah.
They're coming,
I'm gonna
he
see
says.
I'm gonna see what Mark thinks about that.
By the time the season's over with, Spanky will have her T-shirts ready.
Yeah.
You get people saying, "Hey, let's go here. They can get done today." And we're
Josh
still waiting to hear something.
Josh Heupel named the Bear Bryant Coach of the Week this week.
Well deserved.
Absolutely. It's not going to be the last
deserved.
time.
No, definitely not the last. Tennessee defensive back Jermod McCoy named the Jim Thorpe National Defensive Back of the Week.
He had a monster game.
Huge game.
He was
he's
tremendous.
He's been so clutch for us.
I got more to say about him later in the show, too.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee basketball has entered the preseason practice. Second practice today. Chris Lofton in attendance.
In the way too early, Joe Laurinati, bracketology, he has Tennessee as a 4 seed for the NCAA tournament. I like him a little bit better than that. I think Tennessee's going to be
4 seed?
Yeah, I think Tennessee's going to be scary good this year. They flipped their
like it.
roster, so it's unknown.
The roster is crazy. I mean, I want to see the team just because it's weird to even think about.
They had a very good
It's weird
recruiting
thinking
class.
Santi not being there, Josiah
No,
Jordan James
no
not
Triple
being
J,
there.
no Dom Connect.
Still got Zakai.
Got Zakai.
Got Ziegler.
It's
We
weird.
got some shooters this year, boys. It's going to be a fun year.
I want to thank my friend Amy Maxwell with Tennessee Trends. Amy specializes in both junior and women's clothing. Her game day clothing is amazing. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. It's not too late. Football season's here, but you can still check her stuff out at Hound Dogs Knoxville. You can't miss it, right in the middle of Hound Dogs. If you want your kids to stand out and look great, if you want to stand out and look great, and I'll have the same shirt, same outfit on as everybody else inside Neyland Stadium, you need to check out Tennessee Trends. Check her out on Facebook. Support her, support small business, and buy local. Let's go over some offensive stats for last week's game versus Oklahoma. Tennessee ran the ball as a team for 154 yards on 52 carries. Dylan Sampson, 24 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown, 3.8 yards per carry average. Deshaun Bishop, 16 carries for 65 yards. That's 4.1 yards per carry. And Nico ran the ball 8 times for 15 yards.
Man, when you run the ball 50-plus times a game, you're doing something right. And your name's not Army or Navy or whoever else runs a triple option, man.
Yeah.
You know, in the SEC, if you run the ball 50 times, you're doing something right. Something's working for you.
Guys, this was big boy grown-up football. You know, we stuck to our guns, and we ran despite the efforts of Oklahoma's defense. That was pretty daggum good. You know, the numbers aren't going to jump out at anyone, but that may be the best overall defense we see all season, and we still managed to run down their throats at times. So I gave our running backs a solid B+.
I'm going to give her 8. I'm going to give our running backs, like you said, Spur, like going into the game, we're down a few pieces on the offensive line. We got a few injuries on the offensive line. And like I've always said, if you ain't got no fire up front, you ain't going to have no smoke in the back. And with the limited up front that we had, I thought our running backs handled it pretty well. It's a solid defense. I'm going to give them an A-.
Like I said, that's big boy football we just played.
I'm going to give the running backs an A.
Back's done well. Offensive line needs some work, though. But really good defensive front in Oklahoma. One of the best I think we'll see all year. Maybe minus Georgia. I'm not sure if Alabama is Oklahoma caliber on the defensive front or not. But I'm going to go B+. They got the job done. Tennessee threw the air 13 to 21, 194 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, 62.1 QBR for Nico. Didn't throw it much, especially in the second half. Nico did get screwed on the holding call on the pass to Dante Thornton. In my opinion, probably the worst game we're going to see from Nico stat-wise all year. We have to get the tackles healthy. I'm going to give Nico a B.
It's kind of funny you just said that, Luke, because we held back. It's as simple as that. Nico's throw to Thornton in the first quarter is one that very few college quarterbacks can make. It was a laser and just perfection. I called that play too, by the way. Nico, he did turn the ball over twice on fumbles, and like you just said, this could be the worst performance we see from Nico all season, and that's a scary thought, as he didn't have his best game, and we still handled Oklahoma. I gave our quarterback a B-.
I wasn't too hard on Nico. I gave him an A+. Nico done what he needed to do in that game on a terrible field. We was down a couple linemen or whatever, but they complemented the run game very well, and that's why we was able to run the ball, because they was afraid that Nico was just going to take the top off the defense.
I was kind of like what Josh was saying. I really wasn't hard on Nico because at the end of the day, he's still a freshman quarterback. Freshman quarterback that went into a SEC road game, a top 25 matchup. Game day was there. It's a lot of pressure on a young man. And, yeah, he needs to hold on to the ball. Field conditions did not help him out. His injury-prone offensive line didn't help him out. I'm going to give him a B.
A B's fine, it gives him room for improvement, because you can't give him an A+ and expect better.
If that's the worst game he has all year, I think we'll be okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I can give him an A+. This is his opinion.
You just did.
Yeah, I just did.
I respect it.
You just did.
I respect it.
Hit our receivers now. Brew McCoy, 4 catches for 92 yards. Dante Thornton, 2 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown. He had that play still makes me mad, the holding call. Squirrel White, 3 catches, 13 yards. Ethan Davis, 1 catch for 8 yards. Holden Stays, 2 catches for 8 yards.
I still don't know what they called holding on that play, because I've watched it several times and can't find it. So, our receivers did their jobs, and Brew was sharp. Brew looked so good. The stiff arm he gave on his long catch, it reminded me of a Derrick Henry stiff arm in one sense.
It was so funny hearing the crowd go Brew too, because Oklahoma fans were like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. Thornton's touchdown was awesome. I gave our receivers a B+.
I gave the receivers an A. They done what they had to, and I seen the Edith comment.
Yeah, that's what I just seen too.
Had me messed up there for a second. Brew had a heck of a game. Deontay Thornton kind of broke out a little bit. He's come on this year strong.
Yeah, he just said for the ones for the audio. He just said audio's good. I'm gonna spoil the rest of this for you, Josh. Give an A's to everybody except maybe the offensive line, A-.
I'm going to give the receiver. I'm going to give the receivers I'm going to give them an A, just because, let's face it, we really didn't need them that much Saturday, but they did their job when they was called upon. And yeah, Heupel could have, which we'll go into it later, he could have let the dogs out and thrown it all up and down the field. But when there's such bad field conditions, you don't want your receivers running a bunch of routes and cutting all over the place, because that's how you get injuries right there.
No drops.
Yep.
No drops.
Yeah, I got an A for the receiving core. When the ball was in their hands, they made plays. Great production out of them, and I really don't think you could ask for much more. Thoughts on the offensive line for Tennessee, and you can go ahead and grade the offensive line as well.
This one's for you, Edith. B-.
Now that's not fair to them. You give them what you was going to.
B. What does that say right there? B-.
I can't read your handwriting.
I can't either.
B-. They allowed Nico to get hit too many times. They were the cause of those fumbles that we lost. And simply, I understand they were second, third string, but you got to do better.
It's clear that our O-line's depth isn't as solid as we had hoped. Dane Davis struggled badly. My God, he got his ass kicked out there sometimes. We talked about it in the stadium there, Vawl Daddy. And when Jonathan Crawford went down, that exposed us a little bit more. Both tackles was out at the same time. Nico was hitting under pressure, and the holes wasn't as wide as they had been before, Edith. That being said, we had to give OU's defense some credit. They were solid, no doubt. We won't see the depth and that size that OU's has again. Maybe not even for Georgia. I went with a C for the offensive line.
Ooh, a C. When was the last time we gave a C on this show this season? I don't think we've given a C, but
No.
Spur, I've got a C as well. We have to get healthy. Thank goodness for the bye week. We have to get Lance Hurd back. Gave up 3 sacks. Nico got hit too much. 9 tackles for loss. 2 fumbles lost, which you could point your finger wherever. But I'm going to C there as well. Before we hit the defense, let's hit the comment box.
They're rolling in again.
Tennessee Scott on TikTok. We're almost 3,000 likes on TikTok. We appreciate you very much. Tennessee Scott says, when in doubt, go deep. Vols deep. Tony says, I think Tennessee will have a great chance to win the championship this year. Go Vols.
Only time will tell.
Time will tell. A lot of people think so. Travis says, I've seen 5 Heisman winners in person, and Nico looks impressive.
Jesse Cooper says that he was at the game with his Sooner family members that he rode to the game with. They made him ride home with other family members after the game because they were in denial about it being a beatdown.
Tennessee Scott wants the link to the Vols Deep charts. We're going to get them put out. I've been trying very hard, but it's just not.
We're waiting on a cast member here to get them done.
Yeah, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I think we're going to have to.
Y'all were going to do something else.
To go somewhere else.
If we want to do them, let's do them.
I'm just going to go straight to your boss. Let's go to the Tennessee defense. 3 sacks, 11 tackles for loss. Gave up 36 rush yards. Gave up 186 pass yards, most of them very late in the game. We got screwed on a roughing the passer call, too.
Oh, bad. Golly.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, tackles individually for Tennessee. Arion Carter led the team, 6 tackles, a tackle for loss. Keenan Peely, 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Andre Turrentine, 5 tackles. Christian Harrison, 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Tyree West, 3 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. Joshua Josephs, 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. And Gerard McCoy, 3 tackles and a big-time interception.
Vawl Daddy, can you tell me how many rushing yards did Oklahoma's running backs have?
I'm not sure on the running backs.
I'm glad to check that real quick.
I did not write that down.
I'm going to look that up real quick. Otherwise, guys, we're good on defense, like really good. Tim Bakes' defense is on fire, especially this week. We single-handedly created a quarterback controversy in Oklahoma. They had 98 total yards through 3 quarters. We took a picture of it. And that's against a top 15 team. That's unheard of. I'm not really considered with the late touchdowns. The game was over by then, and a lot of that was done against our reserve defense. Right. I'm going A+++.
Yeah, I went the same thing, A+++. Our front 7 is insane. That's probably the best front 7 I've seen at Tennessee in 15+ years.
I'm going to give our defense an E for excellent. That's what I'm going to give.
Give them the old kindergarten grade, huh?
Yeah, that's right, buddy. I thought they played lights out. Best you could ask for a team. When you were causing a team to have to change quarterbacks, you're doing something good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
If you take away Michael Hawkins Jr., which is the quarterback that come in late, they would have had 14 rushing yards.
That's crazy.
14 rushing yards of running back.
If that Cofield education is right, that's 14. It's got to be close.
Double check it.
14 rush yards.
Their other quarterback had negative 21, so that might be a little construed. But it wasn't many.
No.
That's taken in consideration Jackson Arnold too.
Wow. So
that's
pretty good, boys.
As a team, they had 36. Michael Hawkins had 22. So you all can do the math. Sounds like 14 to me. Let's go ahead and grade the defensive line, defensive backs, and the linebackers. I've got A's around the board.
Yeah, the D-line, impressive, ain't even close to being good enough. It's A+++. Defensive backs, we talked about a minute ago. McCoy in the secondary is our best transfer of the season. A++. Our linebackers, Keenan Peely, and even James Pierce got into the action some. I gave them an A+ as well.
I said it, leading up to the season. I said the secondary is going to be sneaky good. and I got A+ across the board for D-line, linebackers, and defensive backs.
It made my heart happy to see James Pierce get in on the action.
Finally,
He missed one.
Got him a half a sack.
He missed one.
He missed a big one.
Start
missed a
calling
big
him a half
Nah,
sack.
it's okay. Maybe he forgot how to do it. After
He missed a big one against Kent State, too.
sideline. But no, I'm going to give every group on the defense side of the field, it's going to be like a Canadian family reunion. A's everywhere.
Hey.
Tennessee on special teams. Jackson Ross, 8 punts, 387 yards.
He got in the game like he wanted.
Yep, that's what I said.
Got some work.
He had 2 inside the 20, a long of 57. Max Gilbert, 3 for 3 from field goal, 2 of 2 from extra point. A+ for me, no questions asked. I said, like Spanky just said, I said last week, special teams will be a huge part of this win in our start bench cut segment. And they were clutch, man.
Max Gilbert is him. If not for him, we lose that ball game. You know that, right?
11 points.
I got Jackson Ross wrote down here, the best punting performance of his career. That long booming punt that was down at the 4-yard line. The Oklahoma fan sitting next to me looked over and said, "You got to be kidding to me. That was a perfect kick." I said, "Yeah, we're good on special teams too." He said, "We ended up getting a safety following a false start after that penalty, so our D-line crashed on the run. His other punts also changed field position. It's what we've been wanting to see out of Jackson Ross, and I'm tickled to death." Then there's Gilbert, who made all of his kicks of ease. All the kickoffs resulted in touchbacks. You know, Spanky, I'm going to give you some credit, buddy, because last week, sitting right in here, you told us that special teams was the key to the game, and we kind of laughed at you. But God, by golly,
He was right.
special teams was the key to that game.
It is. Special teams
Because
is the
we
key to
control.
every game.
I think
we
Luke said
control
it,
that field goal game and kicking game. A+++ for
Yeah.
special teams.
Thanks a lot, Spur.
I'm giving special teams A++
yeah, I got you too.
always. And to me, I think that the special teams went into a lot of Heupel's play calling decision. Because, play it conservative. Let Jackson Ross go out there, pin that offense back way deep. We're just going to get the ball back, milk some more time. Let's get out of here with a win. Jackson Ross is deadly as a punter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give Spanky credit too often, Vawl Daddy, so I had to once.
I understand. Randy says McCoy is nasty. Peely Pierce, nasty. A+ all around. We got a bunch of A+ coming in. If we missed your comment, hit us back. Again, it's hard to keep up with. Only loss is to Georgia, is what Alex says with a question mark.
Alex, I don't know about it, man. After watching that
I'm
Kentucky
anxious
game,
to see him this week.
We're going to find out what Georgia has this week
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's
This week will be the test for Georgia.
Jesse says special teams, special plays, special players.
That's right.
amen.
Aw, we special.
Hit the TikTok, over 3,000 likes on there. Please keep them rolling in
Keep 'em
for us.
coming.
Again, y'all get the back seat to what's going on Facebook. T.N. Scott says we're not going to keep Tim Banks. I know he's already been offered a few smaller head coaching jobs, but if he keeps doing what he's doing, then
He'll keep getting raises.
You know, there's a point to be made. Some coordinators don't want to be a head coach.
that's
He
very
could be
true.
one of 'em.
That's very true.
He's going to make a couple $1 million being a defense coordinator at Tennessee.
He was at Penn State before this. I'm sure he had some offers there as well. So
It's funny to me, like, for the past couple of years, like, that was one of Tennessee fans. That was some of their big critics right there.
Mm-hmm.
They'd talk about how they want Tim Banks out, but he just kept proving. Time helps. Like, defense got way better over time. Growth.
Depth helps as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
T.N. Scott 420 says I was once lost, but now I'm balls deep.
I like it.
I like that.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Big Orange says this team is built different. They can win every time they take the field. I agree. We can beat anybody in the country. Tommy Jones, we've got a hog in the comments, baby. Hog's gonna run wild on y'all boys. We're talking Tim Allen or
Thanks, Hulk.
Listen, Arkansas, they think they're going to run the ball on Tennessee. I got another thing coming.
worry about the Aggies first.
You got to go to Kyle Field this week, don't they?
Yeah, they go
Arkansas
to the 12th man.
Arkansas, I just got to say this to you. Ooh, big suey.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Never mind. We'll hit the Arkansas talk next week. So now let's go over General Neyland's game maxims. We'll go over each one and agree or disagree if that maxim has been reached. Maxim 1, the team that makes the fewest mistakes will win.
Yes.
Yep.
Both teams made critical mistakes, especially in the first half. Tennessee was able to overcome their mistakes, whereas Oklahoma had no answer for our defense. So, yes.
Yeah, put a big check mark there for me. They turned it over 2 more times than we did. Play 4, make the breaks. When one comes your way, score.
The break came on that punt inside the 4-yard line, and we got to safety on their first down. Oklahoma knew right then that Tennessee's defense was elite.
We just kept forcing turnovers, big hits. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
You
Definitely in the first half. It's hard to kind of grade that second half based on us being conservative.
Mm-hmm.
If at first the game or breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam.
That's right. Oklahoma scored a field goal with 33 seconds to go in the first quarter, and like clockwork, 2 plays later, Tennessee's in the end zone. We made our own breaks right there. So, yeah.
It got a little sketchy late, but we pulled through.
It did get a little sketchy late, but yeah, I think we held on our steam there.
Yeah, we played clock control. Yeah, clock control.
I know that's very shocking coming from Josh Heupel's
Tennessee won the time of possession. I think Coach Heupel proved to everyone that we don't have to play with tempo to be successful. This team can win any kind of slugfest along with a shootout game.
It just scares us when we don't.
Yeah, it frustrates us to no end, Vawl Daddy.
Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, and our ball game.
I didn't protect the quarterback.
I'm going to say no. We didn't protect Nico very well.
You know what? We did in the second half. We had the lead, and we did our part.
How many times did he throw it in the second half? Twice?
Nico clear clocked. Was it pretty? No. Was it frustrating as a fan? Yes. But the bottom line is we won a huge matchup on the road.
I understand that, but I'm still I don't think we protected Nico very well, man.
I'm going to give like 3/4 of a check mark.
That's
here.
what I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, because we protected the kicker, protected our lead in the ball game, but did not protect Nico very well. Ball, Oski, cover, block, cut, and slice, pursue, and gang tackle for this is the winning edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's zero doubts in this one. I only recall the one missed tackle, and that was a play early on by James Pierce missing the quarterback in the backfield. Otherwise, it was a tremendous effort by the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Press the kicking game. Here's where the breaks are made. I think the kicking game
exactly where they were
was
made.
perfect.
Yes.
It was.
Perfection.
Can't get any better.
Carry the fight to our opponent and keep it there for 60 minutes.
Valde, we go to see my favorite play of all Saturday night. That was Tennessee taking 80 in the game.
Yes.
I still like to see the fake punt.
I thought we was going to pull it out against Oklahoma.
It's coming.
I was
It's
ready.
coming. We've said it for over a year now, but by God, it's going to come.
He's going to go all 4 years without running that ball in.
He'll do it on his senior night. Watch it.
Edith says Kirk was calling them the
He
commandments.
was calling them the commandment, General Neyland's commandments.
He
On
was.
the,
Yeah, he did.
I'm
The
like, whoa,
commandments.
well,
He was close. It's
close
just
enough.
Kirk.
We'll give it to him.
It's so weird to hear Kirk Herbstreit praise the Vols.
It was, man. He called the Oklahoma players pathetic for faking injuries, and it was crazy. Chad says Boo laid the fucking wood in Canadian voice.
Did
I'm
he ever?
guessing.
Was it Boo or was it Jacoby? What's his name?
I know which on the sideline.
It was
Yeah.
Jacoby.
Yeah,
It
we
was
Thomas.
Jacoby.
It was
Jacoby Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was...
That was a hell of a hit.
He hit Boo as he was. I think they got there at the same time. And I mean, Jacoby Thomas just laid that dude out.
That was right in front of us. We were kind of shielded from it, but
That was your welcome to the SEC moment.
That was a hit that makes you get off the couch because you're
He
scared they're coming
didn't.
for
He didn't
you.
get off that bench.
no, he did not.
He
said,
laid
"No
there for
more."
a minute. He said, "Hold on a minute. This ain't Texas. What happened?"
Randy says we'll win the SEC this year at the least.
Oh boy, that'd be nice.
Be nice. It's going to be hard, but it'd be nice.
I'm sorry, Randy. I want a natty over the SEC.
I
want
think
you,
everybody does, but I mean, I wouldn't turn an SEC championship
No,
down
no.
either. So
Chris says the two most impressive things with this team so far is the defense and the way they play start to finish. They haven't given up.
Guys, I think it's our team chemistry. I think it's all around. You know, they want to play for Coach Heupel. We've all seen the locker room video of Coach Heupel getting a little bit emotional, saying this game was never about him, and he was bringing the team in to pray, and then Nico interrupted him and said, "Oh, Coach, this game ball's for you, and then the coach. So that
Make you want to cry.
yeah. It makes me. We've said it on here before. We want to run through a brick wall for Coach Hopple ourselves, and we're not in that locker room. So I
Just
think
the culture in itself is night and day difference than it was 10 years ago.
it doesn't seem like we have any drama in this locker room right now. And now, of course, like I just said, we're not in that locker room. But even last year, there was always just a little bit of tension. This year, it feels like they're playing as a team all the way around.
Let's flip over to TikTok. 10 Scott says, great show, guys. Vawl Daddy is everyone's daddy. See you all in Knox. We hope to see you there. Come to the Vawl Navy. Hang out with us. Big Orange.
I was at the Vawl Navy this week, Spur.
There you go.
Let's see. Doug says, first-time watcher, long-time caller here. Just want to say, go Vols. Appreciate you, Doug. Lakin says, Hype did that on purpose. He ain't going to show what we got on a terrible team. Light work.
We're going to talk more about it. We're not done with that.
Don't go nowhere.
And we got more. We got more coming on that. Who's your MVP for last week's game versus the Sooners?
I just said his name a few minutes ago. It's Max Gilbert.
Damn,
he was
that's who I got.
perfection. Without him, we lose that game by 1 point.
I had two. I picked Jackson Ross at first.
Oh,
But I switched it so you can have Jackson Ross.
thank you.
I went with Gerard McCoy in the secondary. He got the interception. He was great on his assignment and shut Oklahoma's receivers down. He was a man amongst boys in that defensive
Yes,
backfield.
he was.
I'm going to give Jackson Ross the field position all day. It made Tennessee's defense life a whole lot easier, a whole lot more funner.
More funner.
More funner.
More fun.
That's that Wartburg education.
More fun.
Yeah. You should talk about that, shouldn't you? But
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I went to Wartburg too. I didn't say nothing about it.
It made defense life easier. So Jackson Ross, you're MVP for me.
I can't argue too much. I like Jackson Ross.
I have Max Gilbert, but I'm going to give Dylan Sampson an honorable mention just for being a workhorse.
It was a true team game, guys.
It really was.
Yeah.
We're live on both Facebook and TikTok. We'll upload the live video on our YouTube channel after the show. Also, the audio version will be uploaded wherever you prefer to get your podcast from. You can also rewatch on Facebook. We look forward to hearing from all of our live listeners. Thank you, Hound Dogs Knoxville, for sponsoring our podcast. This locally owned and operated Tennessee sports store is your go-to hometown store for all of your Tennessee needs, whether it be clothing, hats, accessories for your car, boat, office, tailgate, pets, or even your kids. They have what you need at Hound Dog. I should have went there.
You should have.
Before I walk my imaginary dog that I got to show you all later.
You could have got him an imaginary Tennessee.
I should have done.
Shirt, yeah.
Shirt,
He's real.
collar.
He's real, guys.
It probably took a piss.
Check them out at hdknoxville.com. We'll be right back. Much more coming your way. Don't even think about scrolling. Share this out with your friends, and let's get the most interaction as possible tonight. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vawl Daddy. I want to give a big shout-out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
Man, you won't believe that roar when the boys find the checkerboard. The big orange is back. It's a fact. Volunteers, where you at? Get loud, staying proud. Send a message to the crowd. Y'all better get used to the fact. The big orange is back on track. Coach Hyper, where you at? Getting it done, having fun. Power team number one. Y'all better get used to the fact. The big orange is back.
Freedom Motors is the local pre-owned car dealer who does more for you than any other dealer around. You want convenience? You can check out their entire line of vehicles online at freedommotors.tn.com. And when you find what you like, they'll bring the vehicle right to your door. That's a dealer who cares about you and your time. Shop Freedom Motors today, and let's get you in your new ride.
Keep freedom rolling. Keep freedom rolling. Keep freedom rolling. On down the line.
Oh, well.
All right, and we are back. Make sure to check us out on all podcast platforms. If you missed any of our show or want to re-listen, we have a lot of live viewers, but our audio-only format numbers are absolutely through the roof. This show would not be possible without our sponsors. We want to give a big shout-out to 865 Exterior Solutions. These guys can do it all. Roofing, siding, framings, decks, windows, doors. Matt Swole Cole and Chandler Kite can handle any project you can throw at them. I know one thing, it's damn near impossible to find people who want to work these days. If you do find them, getting them to actually show up is a whole new ball game. Call 865 Exterior Solutions and cut through the BS. 865-399-3547 or 865-292-1772. Let them know Vawl's Deep Podcast sent you. Anything in the comment box that gets you all fired up?
Well, let's scroll back through it just a little bit.
Chad says, is this the same podcast Ricky Wayne Jones used to be on? No. That was about, 12 miles up the road?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I don't think it is one.
Hey, my mama's in here. I just want to say hey to my mom.
He
Hi,
loves-
Mom.
I
he
love
lo-
my mama.
My dad's in here.
He loves you, Mom. I don't think your dad loves you, though, Spanky.
He probably.
That brings us to
He
start.
does deep.
Hey, Kimberly asked what about Heupel's teammate that stood on the sideline, his teammate from Oklahoma that stood on the sideline with a Tennessee shirt on.
Yeah, he got a lot of flack for that. I seen something about that on Twitter earlier, or X, or whatever you want to call it. As he was an Oklahoma graduate because he went there when Heupel did, and he stood on our sideline, wore orange. But he had promised
Is your video messed up?
Heupel's mom that he was going to wear orange that day.
Okay.
Hey, we're losing video there, Luke.
It's fine. We got to worry about the audio. That brings us to start, bench, cut. And Jamie in the comment says you're missing the child support conversation. I'm missing what you're saying.
You're everybody's daddy, so you owe everybody child support.
No.
We're froze up, Vawl
Have to
Daddy.
take that DNA test, baby. That brings us, okay, I'm worried about the audio. Start, bench, cut. Which team is on upset alert for week 1? Number 21, Oklahoma at Auburn, Arkansas at number 24, Texas A&M, or number 19, Illinois at number 9, Penn State.
I'm going to start the next team on our schedule, Arkansas at Texas A&M. Arkansas looked decent against a mediocre Auburn team, bad Auburn team, mid, whatever. I'm going to bench Oklahoma at Auburn. I just think Auburn might give them a game. It is at Jordan-Hare. That's a tough place to play. And then Illinois at Penn State, going to Happy Valley up there in a whiteout.
That's what I'm saying, too.
Guys, I'm starting Oklahoma and Auburn. I hate to tell Oklahoma fans this. We ruined your season up there last week in Center Lane. Oklahoma's fixing to lose 5 or 6 more games pretty soon. So I think Auburn's going to beat Oklahoma this week. I'm going to bench Arkansas with Texas A&M. I think Arkansas is decent. I do believe Texas A&M will win that game. And I don't think Illinois has anything for Penn State this week.
Spur, not so fast. I want to know this. You got the same answers as me. I'm going to go with Oklahoma at Auburn. This is Oklahoma. Last week they got their first SEC butt whooping, but that one was at home. Now it's time to get another SEC butt whooping, but this time on the road. So your red jerseys and white jerseys, you're going to get whooped.
I just said that.
That's what I'm very excited about. That's why I told you. Good job.
But
Next
you
is
said not so fast.
I know, not so fast. He went too fast. He stole my answers.
No.
But next, Arkansas, Texas A&M. For some reason, I'm not bought into this Texas A&M hype at 24, and I think Arkansas beats them. But I'm actually real excited about that game. The next, Illinois and Penn State. I'm sorry, Big Ten football just doesn't do it for me. I get it, it's a wide out and everything, but I just don't agree with it.
I'm going to start Arkansas at 24, Texas A&M. Arkansas is good. I think they play up the competition, and I really do see an upset happening there. Mm-hmm. I'm going to bench Illinois at Penn State. I'm pulling for Illinois. I like Bama, but I don't think they're going to have enough. I'm going to cut Oklahoma at Auburn. Auburn is bad.
They are.
And they're a lot worse than I thought they was going to be. Auburn's bad. Oklahoma's mad. So give me the Sooners.
Hugh Freeze is catching a lot of flack this week on Twitter. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I've seen that
from his former quarterback.
I did. I seen
Bo Wallace.
Oh yeah, it's gone bad, very bad. Where he even Hugh Freeze blocked him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's getting bad.
Number 2, start, bench, cut. Which move was the dumbest by the Tennessee Titans?
It wasn't an option.
Firing Mike Bravel, letting franchise legend Derrick Henry join the same conference contender for free, or trading A.J. Brown for Treylon Burks?
I'm not a Titans fan, so I really can't speak a whole lot on this topic here. But I'm just going to go with what I think set the trends of the downward spiral of the Titans. The Titans had a lot, and it all started with that A.J. Brown trade. That started it all. Then next, I'm going to go with firing Bravel. Look, he was the perfect coach for you, in my opinion. Like, I loved him. Then next is letting Derrick Henry walk. I think you could have got something out of him.
That's actually the right order, Spanky. Trading A.J. Brown for next to nothing. And I like Treylon Burks, but he's not A.J. Brown and never will be. A.J. Brown was a difference maker as a receiver. That will be my start. It started a downward spiral. It left Ryan Tannehill with nobody to throw to, which basically made Mike Bravel a sitting duck. So I'm going to bench firing Mike Bravel. It was time, maybe. But at the same time, man, he was a player's coach, and those players gave him 110% effort no matter what. He was well liked by the fans as well. So I hated seeing Bravel go. I understand it, but and then I'm going to cut letting Derrick Henry walk. Derrick Henry, he may have 2 years left, but it is what it is.
I went a little different. I started firing Mike Vrabel. Like you said, he was a player's coach. The players loved playing for him, and they gave him everything they had. He got every ounce of whatever they had in him. And then they was all stupid. Just let me say that. They was all stupid.
Yeah.
And you didn't put one on here that was even worse.
What is that?
They traded A.J. Brown for basically nothing.
Pennies.
Because
No.
is Treylon Burks still on the team?
Yeah, he's still there.
I couldn't tell you. Ain't done nothing.
And none of them
And
have.
then I'm going to cut trading Derrick Henry. Like Spur said, he's at the end of his career. I think we could have got a little more for him. But the stupidest thing they ever done was not draft Hendon Hooker.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah,
There's been talks that
it's-
they're
I knew-
trade for
I
him.
They
knew
picked
that.
Mel
I knew that
Levis.
would be the start. So
They picked Mel Levis instead of Hendon Hooker.
So for Spur and Josh, what was it like seeing Malik Willis throw for 200 plus and a touchdown, and then rushing for a touchdown as well against your?
I'm just happy I was on an airplane during the game and didn't get to see most of it. Landed in Nashville about 3:00 Central Time. I walked through the Nashville airport and there it was on Tootsie's, and I just looked. I seen Malik Willis running all over the place, and all the Titans fans was there at the airport, and I just shook my head and just walked on. I said, "Nope."
I missed the Broncos' first win of the year because I was at Morgan Wallen. Maybe I need
I
to
took
put
a nap
my-
after work and woke up, checked the score, seen it was 17-3, and said, "Nope, turn it off."
I'm gonna start firing Mike Vrabel. I like Mike Vrabel a lot. I'm not even a Titans fan. I'm gonna bench letting Derrick Henry go. Just because he's later in his years, that's the only reason I'm benching. And then I'm going to cut A.J. Brown for Treylon Burks. But all dumb. But like Josh said, the dumbest was just not drafting Hendon Hooker.
Where's Mike Vrabel coaching in now?
He's
coaching
not.
Somewhere.
He's not.
Thought he was. Oh, wow.
No.
Get him back. Let's start bench cut. Who is the best defensive lineman for the Vols right now?
Oh, this one was tough.
Yeah.
Tyree West, Joshua Josephs, or Dominic Bailey?
I started Joshua Josephs.
I did too.
He's picked up the slack for James Pierce over there. Pierce getting double teamed. He's the one they're letting free roam out there, which is a mistake. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bench Tyree West. He has absolutely went off this year. Anytime he gets in the game, he's getting his name called. Period. And then I'm gonna cut Dominic Bailey, but just because simply you have to cut somebody here.
That's actually the right order, same order I had. I start Joshua Josephs. He's been a good surprise for us. He's picked up where James Pierce has been double teamed. I'm going to bench Tyree West, even though we're going to call his name a whole lot the rest of this season, and I love it. And I'm going to cut Dominic Bailey. Not anything against him. It's just I think the other two has had a little bit better so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to flip it here. I'm going to go Tyree West. He's just been lights out. Then I guess I got to put Joseph at second. Hate to, but you got to.
Those two are interchangeable.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
absolutely.
could matters what shirt you want to put on that day. Then next, I'm going to give Bailey cut. Hate to, because he's been doing great as well.
There's a name in here that I want to throw out. That's Jackson Moy. Had a heck of a
good
ball.
name.
Had a heck of a ball game.
He did play well.
Spanky,
Yes.
hit the live for us, baby, on the TikTok. Go ahead.
They're doing it to us again. They didn't do it last week.
They are.
Oh.
I'm going to start Tyree West. Very underrated. He comes up clutch, and he comes up unexpected when you're,
Yeah.
just when the,
much
the last
battery's
thing
on
you're
there?
thinking about, boom, there's Tyree West. I'm going to bench Joshua Josephs, just great all the way around. And I'm going to cut Dominic Bailey. No shade at all. He's killing it as well, but you got to cut somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Start bench cut. Today is National One Hit Wonder Day. These one hit wonders, let's rank them. Start bench cut. Ice Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice, Who Let the Dogs Out, Baja Men, or Play That Funky Music, Wild Cherry.
I'm going to let the DJ go first on this one. I'm going to say, play that funky music, white boy. That's my start. I'm benching Ice Ice Baby. I played it just about every hockey game I do. And I'm going to cut Who Let the Dogs Out. The song gets on my royal nerves.
All
They
right.
want to bark like daggum Georgia fans.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start Ice Ice Baby. That's just a classic. It is what it is. I'm going to bench Who Let the Dogs Out, and I'll tell you why. When that song come out when I was like 8, 9 years old, so of course I was really into it, being from Wartburg and all that.
Y'all should run out to it.
You know the real meaning of the song, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. But and then I'm gonna cut funky music because I like the song, but
You ever want to see 70-year-old women get out and dance on the dance floor? Play
That's
that
right.
funky music, white boy, and they all out there.
They running out of the bathroom.
Edith loves it. She just
well, then
goes
I'm
crazy
never
for it.
playing that song.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with Ice Ice Baby. It's a classic. Everybody knows the opening riff of it. Everybody can get along to it. Next is play that funky music, white boy. I'm telling you, I get downtown funky brown with that stuff, Spur. Then next is Who Let the Dogs Out. When, like what Josh said, when you're from Wartburg, you hear that song and it's overplayed so much, and you want to burn your ears.
I heard Cofield was going to run out to it.
Hey, we should, man.
Yeah.
Very good one.
Next year when you play Wartburg, come out to Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yeah.
Be funny.
Yes. Spanky, you got a fan. Peyton says he wants to shake your hand.
Hey, what's it on Facebook? Let's see
Yeah.
who it is. It's okay. Last week's where you'd appreciate this. We played Wartburg Middle School football. We were shaking hands after the game. They played you cheating hard over the
Oh, you
over the PA. It was hilarious.
I like it. I played blinded by the light for the referees once in a hockey game.
That's awesome.
That's a pretty good one, yeah.
Ada says, "Who's Jenkins? Are we pulling them out of thin air now?" No, he's actually either a senior or a redshirt senior.
He's a beast.
Ada says West has consistently had one of the best grades on defense this year. Brock agrees with you, Spur. Jesse said, I had an Oklahoma fan tell me to follow him to see their Heisman winners. I told him I prefer their Heisman runner-ups.
Yeah, Oklahoma was talking all about their past. They sure did live in their past an awful lot down there. Good people, but they're living in the past. They don't want to talk about now.
How was the Toby Keith?
It was really good.
It was
It was really
awesome.
good.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they killed
I was
it.
wondering how that went.
They killed it.
It was so much better than Friends in Low Places. So much. We got to change Garth Brooks.
Randy says his name is Spanky. You want to shake
the
his
bodies?
hand? Laughing emojis.
Yeah.
I'm going to start Who Let the Dogs Out. I loved it as a kid. I'm talking about real dogs, not bulldogs. Georgia and Wartburg.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding, buddy.
My son still loves
I'm going
it.
to bench, play that funky music, and I'm going to cut Ice Ice Baby just because it is awful.
Do, 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 do.
Josh, I can't keep a white shirt clean. Thank you very much. I'm very particular about my white.
Last one, start bench cut. Which SEC team is the worst in the SEC right now? Mississippi State, Florida, or Kentucky?
This one I think is fairly easy for me. I start Mississippi State. They're pure garbage. I'm going to bench Kentucky, and I'm cutting Florida. I think Florida may be better than Kentucky right now.
I kind of went a little bit different. Mississippi State is by far the worst team in the SEC, by far. I'm going to bench Florida, and I'm going to cut Kentucky.
I think Kentucky's a little bit better than Florida, but I'm going to go start Mississippi State. They're bad. And this is bad when we have a discussion of three teams who's the worst in the SEC, and Vanderbilt is not on that list. That is saying something. What a day and time we
I know it's crazy, isn't it?
It's very crazy. I'm going to go Mississippi State.
They might beat your Gators
Anchor
again, buddy.
down, baby.
What?
Anchor down.
What?
Watch Vanderbilt beat Alabama in a couple of weeks.
Whoa.
Pump
Pump the
I ain't gonna
brakes a
say
little
it's gonna
bit.
happen. I'm not going to say it's going to happen.
I'd be
We got that
fired
game
up.
right there to worry about here, November 30th.
I'm going to start Mississippi State. They are the worst after that loss to Florida. I'm going to bench Sunbelt Billy. He's fighting for his life right now. I'm going to cut Kentucky. Sorry for TikTok. They cut us off, but we are back, baby.
Hey, Vawl Daddy, we mentioned it a minute ago, and we've talked about it maybe on this show a time or two, but maybe it's time to bring it up again. And we just mentioned Toby Keith. The third quarter song there in Oklahoma was just phenomenal. It really was. I sang the whole song. For those of you who don't know, they sing courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, shoot fireworks. It's pretty patriotic. But is it time for Morgan Wallen to be the third quarter song in Neyland Stadium? I believe it
Absolutely,
is.
but which song?
Yeah, which one would you do? Because that's a hard one.
It's a hard one. Maybe 865?
I don't know if that's really – you got to find something.
You got to do Morgan after
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Talking Tennessee.
Talking Tennessee
Yeah,
could
it's
be
kind
one.
of a slow one. It's a hard one.
It's hard.
Don't know. Morgan, write us a new song that we could do. Just write us something, buddy.
Let's see here. I want to thank my friends, Amy Maxwell with Tennessee Trends. Amy specializes in women's and junior clothing. Her game day clothing is awesome. Clothing, shoes, accessories. It's not too late to get your stuff in for football season, especially your fall wear. Go check out her stuff at Hound Dogs Knoxville. It's right in the middle of the store. You can't miss it. It's different. You know, you're not going to look like the same person that you look. You look your right to left. Everybody's got the same shirt on, the same hat on. Be different and check out Tennessee Trends. Check her out on Facebook and Hound Dogs. Amy's awesome, a true VFL. Support her small business, and buy local. Let's hit the comment box real quick before we play one word. Brandon Lewis on Facebook says, Oklahoma student and fan here, supporting my boy Luke. Love what you guys are doing here with this podcast. And he's flexing them muscles on us. Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it,
listening to us. We had a lot of fun down there. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. Oklahoma was louder than Florida. It was louder than Alabama in 23. It was louder than LSU in 22.
That's
Vanderbilt.
It was definitely louder than Vanderbilt. But I was
Like
surprised. I was really surprised. It was louder than Georgia in 22 as well.
Pump it up.
We were in a
So-
good section, Valde. We were right next to the students.
So big props to you all.
We were waiting to hear
around
from
there.
Brandon down there, weren't we, Vawl Daddy? Is that who you was telling me about?
Yep, that's him. Edith says Vandy likes to surprise those first-year coaches. Let's see. Edith says, what you got in them arm pockets, Spur?
Them guns.
Come down here and find out.
Them guns.
Hey, this is a children's show.
We got a crying face saying, what do we think about James Pierce Jr.? I think there's a lot of talent on that defensive line, and I think that when you have a 14-man rotation, that snaps get limited.
Absolutely.
I also hope that maybe him not being as productive this year maybe makes him stay another year.
Come back and prove it.
Come back and prove it. Let NIL do its thing, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We got a in the comments saying Ole Miss would beat those stinky Vols by 30. No. Who have y'all played?
They ain't played anybody.
He just says, does Oklahoma pump sound? No, I didn't hear it.
They
I didn't hear
they
it.
did not pump sound. Oklahoma was loud. The only thing they did do is every time the Tennessee band played, the Pride of Southland band played Rocky Top, they would pump loud music over top of it. So that was kind of frustrating.
You gotta do something in defense.
They certainly did not want Rocky Top to be sang in their stadium, and it was a good effort, very good effort.
I tried.
All the way up to the very end when we took over. On TV, now I learned something this week, Vawl Daddy, because going back and watching the game, I didn't hear any of Oklahoma's music that was played through the stadium. I heard the bands playing.
I did
You
too.
don't hear that live in the stadium.
Because we was on the opposite sideline.
Yeah, we couldn't hear our band at all. Very, very, very little. So, but yeah, they tried.
We've got a comment asking what we think about. Mike wants to know what we think about Colin Coward's prediction, Tennessee National Championship.
Love it.
I love it, but
Keep it coming.
just keep winning. That's all I can say.
Just keep winning, baby. We are fans. We don't play. We don't coach, so let's enjoy it. Let's play one word. The rules are very simple. I give one word or an item or whatever, and we only got one word to describe what I say. The bye week.
Long.
Timely.
Rest.
Yeah, I'm going to go relaxing just from a health standpoint. It's very stressful, especially when you're a diehard fan. Let's go P. Diddy.
Oil.
Oil.
Sicko.
Sicko.
Party.
I'm just going to go wow. I need to look more into
Yes, you
that.
do. Yes, you do.
It's bad.
It's awful.
Life in prison.
We got a bunch of jail comments for P. Diddy.
Should be.
We got a Bieber comment for P. Diddy.
Kamala Harris.
Mike Vrabel.
Missed.
Mistake.
Unappreciated.
Yeah, I'm going to go regret. Gaylord Memorial Stadium, a.k.a. Oklahoma Sooners.
Cute.
Cute.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I've never seen it.
Traditional.
Smaller than ours. I know that.
Sooner.
What?
I couldn't think of one all day, so I just said sooner.
I'm just going to go good. I'm just going to say good.
I'll say, Vawl Daddy, did you hear the announcement they made? 84,100 and some odd fans at the game, the highest attended game in stadium history.
Really? I thought it held 88.
There's more people at Morgan Wallen.
That is true.
That's why I said cute.
Overrated.
What?
Overrated.
Oh, you gay.
Buckeyes.
I think. Alabama.
I'm going to go Michigan.
Good one. Solid.
Tennessee quarterback coach / offensive coordinator Joey Halsey.
Guru.
Oh, my God. Look at that. Guru. Thought I had a unique word there.
Nope.
Spankums?
Solid. I was waiting.
Oh, mine was Guru, too.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna give another one.
I'm
Solid.
just going to go developer.
Solid.
Eric Church.
Chief.
I had to do two words here. Quitting time. If you know, you know.
Yep. Springsteen.
I'm just going GOAT because he's my...
I love Eric
him.
Church.
The Tennessee offense.
Complimentary.
Solid.
Dangerous.
I'm going to go fast. Even though we not got to see it that much. Tennessee defensive back Will Brooks.
Walk on.
Deserving.
Somebody give that man a scholarship.
Spankums?
Yeah, that scholarship. I had tongue tied there. I was like, what is it they give that? Yeah, scholarship.
I'm going to go inspiration. The Buffalo Bills.
4.
Contender.
Miracle.
I'm going to go legit. You going with, you talking about the Music City Miracle? Ooh.
We all know why we're number 4.
Ooh.
4 straight. That's
Freedom Motors. is owned and operated by Chris Looper, the top-notch pre-owned car dealership located at 7765 Maynardville Pike in Knoxville. Freedom Motors will do more for you to get the deal done than any other dealership around. If you want convenience, you can check out their inventory online at freedommotorstn.com. Once you pick the vehicle that is right for you, they'll even deliver it right to your front door. Check out Freedom Motors today and keep freedom rolling. Let's hit the comment box. Then we'll talk some more Tennessee, Oklahoma. We got a Bill's Good. We got an imposter from Jeff.
JV says screwed him on his damn fantasy.
I'll tell you this.
He knows that's more than one word.
I'll tell you this. The Bills pissed me off because they took Cook out, and I had a parlay. I'd have won $150 if ETN and Cook would have both hit 50 rushing yards. ETN had 60, and Cook only had 41. And I am pissed about it. And they took him out in the third quarter.
Hey, Brandon Lewis wants to come to Neyland for a game. He wants to experience Neyland in Knoxville. So, Brandon, come on next
buddy.
year. Hit us up. We'll bring you on to Vawl Navy and hang out.
I got a buddy of mine who says he's never been to a Tennessee game, and I got taken to one. Gustavo. He said, Spanky, I want to go see the Volunteers, and I'm going to take him one day to see the Volunteers.
Jesse says overrated Cracker Barrel.
Whoa.
Whoa, now.
Whoa. Whoa.
You hush your mouth.
You can buy alcohol at Cracker Barrel now.
Mimosas.
John says, what's up, Justin?
Hey, John. What's John?
Probably John Scott.
What's up,
On
Josh?
TikTok.
Oh.
Do y'all think we could beat Bama and Georgia this year? I think we'll split, honestly.
Someone brought up in the comments earlier a scenario where we beat Alabama, we lose to Georgia, but Georgia
Beats Alabama.
beats Alabama. Like, could be a fun scenario.
Yeah, it could be
that's
crazy.
where
It's going to be wild.
That's where your points scored comes into play.
Yep, exactly. Spur, what was your favorite moment or moments from our trip to Norman, Oklahoma?
Well, there were several. Walking out of that stadium with a win is definitely number one. But the moment that stood out to me, I had a Oklahoma season ticket holder sitting next to me on the left. After Oklahoma scored the field goal in the first quarter with 33 seconds to go, he told me that he could relax for just a second because he thought there was going to be a long break to end the quarter. And I looked over at him and I said these words: we're going to throw a quick pass to the outside right here and then throw one over top of you for a touchdown to end the quarter. Kick off, quick pass to the outside, line up quickly. He looked at me real funny. About that time, Nico dropped back and threw that dime to Dante Thornton streaking down the middle for a touchdown. And he just looked and said, damn, you called that exactly. I said, yep, that second down play. We lured you to sleep, and we scored quickly right when you thought you could relax. He just kind of thought it was funny. Then I handed him a Vols Deep podcast business card and told him we pay attention around here. So that, plus the jerk kid at college game day that tried to block Luke's sign, and I pulled a me and ended up sneaking my way in front of him and then switched places with Luke so that we were completely blocking him altogether, and he knew he had been had. That was pretty funny.
I've been had.
You know. I will say the campus in Oklahoma was beautiful.
Go ahead, Spur.
I don't know. They got tickled. He'd been had. He'd been had.
Wait, how old was this kid?
19. He's a college kid.
Okay,
He was telling his friend to do it.
Listen, every time Luke would hold his sign up, this kid would hold his sign up in front of
need your
Luke's
sign over here.
and would move it to where it would completely block Luke's. And Luke was standing beside him, and I was standing on the other side of Luke, so I told Luke, hey, switch places with me. We switched places, and then when we switched places, I just slowly moved over to the right toward this kid, over and over, to where I was just nudging him just a little bit. The camera rolled over top of us toward the back. When it flew over top of us, he turned slightly. When he turned slightly, I took a step in front of him. So now I'm in front of him.
There you
and then I looked at Luke and said, hey, Luke, switch places with me again. And I put Luke in front of me, and then we switched, and then Luke's in front of the kid, and he knew it was over at that point.
He knew he'd been had.
And he knew what I'd done to. I worked him. That's funny. I also told one kid who was walking by going to college game day, he was wearing a Beat Texas shirt, and I just looked right at him and said, buddy, you ain't playing Texas today.
That was pretty. Yeah, that was a good one. Getting the win was number one for me. Spending time with Sawyer and stuff was very
Absolutely.
cool.
Hey, Sawyer was a rock star down
He
there.
was awesome, man. And he toughed it out, man.
How hot was it?
It was hot.
It
What
was
was the
hot.
kickoff? 95.
No, yeah, it was
or
hot.
something.
Was it a different heat?
Listen, the biggest
dry.
crowd or the biggest eruption of that crowd was when the sun went down and the shade hit us on that other sideline.
People was fired up, buddy.
We were all cheering.
Getting the win was number one for me for sure, but even the food, man, like the barbecue on the way to Memphis and then on the back way through to Memphis both. Even the Mexican that we stopped at, that was awesome.
Really
Right
good
by the
place.
stadium. Environment was good. They didn't know what to think about me and Spur, especially me with no shirt on, with the leg cut out. Everywhere we would go, they would just look at us like we was, I guess.
Super friendly people. The tailgating was
Yep.
awesome there.
Yep.
They got a good setup. The campus is beautiful. There's no hills to walk up. It's all
Oh, it's flat.
It's flat.
It
It's
is
an easy
flat.
walk in and out. Yeah, easy walk. You'd have liked it, Spanky.
I bet you. Let me tell you how much I had to walk this weekend. It was terrible. I will say this: if they have a concert in Neyland Stadium, can we not treat it like it's a game day, people? It's like
How much was parking there?
Spanky, you could have used
We
some
paid
walking.
40. What do we park, Luke? About 7-minute walk.
It's something like that, yeah. It wasn't bad. $40.
We parked at some frat house.
But Tennessee got the win. We handled business. We were in control early on during the game. But after the game, even early this week, some fans are upset. Tennessee got conservative in the second half with the play calling. Some people have made the comments, playing to lose. Butch Jones 2.0, the Philip Fulmer approach. The list goes on. What are your thoughts on Tennessee and Josh Heupel taking the conservative approach?
I thought overall, like, I get it. It's not my cup of tea, but Coach Heupel knows what he's doing. He is with them kids every single day at practice, all that stuff. He saw the field condition. He saw the depth problem that we had on the offensive line. He saw that, hey, things just weren't clicking, but, hey, our defense and our punter's clicking today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let our defense and let's let our punter win today. Sometimes you got – in life, sometimes you just got to learn, hey, sometimes, like, my offense just ain't going to do it. So I got to step back and just be like, hey, defense, you're going to have this one today. And I thought it was a smart move because, one, he proved to everybody, I don't have to score 50 points to win a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
We can win smash-nose 4 quarters FU football.
You know, Spanky kind of said it there. There's only one stat that matters at the end of the day, and that's a W. That's the only stat that matters at the end of this. Nico was hit hard a couple of times in the first half, resulting in 2 costly turnovers. While I hated getting super conservative, he coached to the victory, and in the process showed everyone that even Coach Josh Heupel's tempo can be slowed down with clock management. You know, we could have turned it back on at any moment, too. It's not like we couldn't have run the tempo
It ain't
again.
like it's off.
Yeah. It's just we could have done it at any moment. There was no need in risking injuries or mistakes. Our defense was our strength this week against the weakness of Oklahoma's offensive line, who was pure trash, I will say. I wish we'd put them out of their misery sooner, but we just beat a top 15 team on the road for the first time since 2006, and people's upset about that.
That's where, and I hate to say it, a former coach said this one time. That's called, how do you word it, rat poison. You think you're better than what you are, and then when something doesn't go right, you want to think the world's in it. Well, guess what? The sky ain't falling, Chicken Little. It's going to be okay.
You know, we kind of made fun of Georgia barely beating Kentucky a couple weeks ago on the road. And I've said it here before, and I'll say it again. Any SEC road win is a good win. So it wasn't pretty. We could have won that game by 30 points in my mind. Oklahoma fans think they could have won the game by 30 points. They're delusional, Brandon.
Butch Jones 2.0 is the dumbest thing I've heard in a long time. When your defense is playing as good as they was Saturday night, go let them ball out, man. At the same time, why risk any injuries on that field as bad as it was? You know, you could see how bad it was on TV. I can only imagine what it looked like in person.
It's hard to tell in person because, you know, you're not getting the color commentating and the announcing like you get when you watch it on TV. You can't really get the in-depth analysis. But there were people slipping everywhere. The only time I was really frustrated was when we didn't go for it on 4th and 1 inside the 15 or whatever it was there to really put the game out of reach. We kicked a field goal instead. I get it. It put you up 16, but at the same time, dang, I wanted a touchdown there bad.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing that I really disagree with all night. I wish we'd have went for it right there, but at the same time, put 3 on the board and let your defense go to work.
What do you think, Vawl Daddy? Because I know you got a lot to weigh in here.
I mean, I get it. I understand it. I even agree with it. But I agree with it after the fact. In the moment, just so many flashbacks, man, of just failing. You know
what that's called?
Trying to do that.
Vawl Daddy was not happy.
I was not happy. During the moment, I've just seen us lose like that one too many times. But I get it. You got 2 tackles out. The field was awful. I would have been more aggressive personally, but there's a reason why Josh Heupel makes $9 million a year, and I'm sitting here talking to a couple thousand people, you know. So I get it. I just don't like giving teams hope, and a
touchdown there, they lay down.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to just really make a huge. I mean, it was a statement, but you had an opportunity to make just a massive statement, and then you hear every year, you know, when the playoff committee comes in, that style points matter, and my thing here is I think Oklahoma. I'm not trying to hate on them or anything. I think Oklahoma at best goes 7-5 this year, and I think once the committee looks back on that. And we win by 10 points versus a 7-5 Oklahoma at very best. I feel like that might. It's not going to hurt us, but it would have looked a whole lot better if we would have dominated down in Norman. That's my biggest. That's my biggest wish is we just would have made just a massive statement down there.
Yeah,
but again, I agree. Don't come at me. I 100% agree with the approach, but just.
You say that though, Vawl Daddy, and people like Herb Street and some of the other national writers mentioned Tennessee dominated the game. I mean, they realize that we held back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they clearly see it.
I mean, Herb Street knows that, but we still see Michigan getting top 5 votes. You know, so it's about the committee as a whole.
Right.
So that's my only. I'm not saying we didn't. I know we dominated, and I know that we could have done whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah,
with them.
But in 4 weeks down the road, when they see 25-15, it's not the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say let's say it comes down to us getting, that home playoff spot or going on the road, and that's the game that that really matters is only winning by 10 in Norman. So that's my only complaint really. But again, I 100% agree with the approach. We had the field was horrible. Even the head official had to go to the coaches and let them know that the field was unsafe to play on. So I get it, 100%. Like I'm on Josh Heupel's side here, but it just sucks just knowing that we was that much better, but there's only a 10-point difference.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I did get a little flashback from the 2015 Oklahoma game on 4th and 1 there.
Yep.
And
I was sitting there with my dad and Y7. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sitting in Hooters with Coach Ryan Jackson. So yeah.
So that's my only. I mean, again, that's just later on down the road looking in. But I mean, I couldn't be more happy with the win. I was thrilled to get out of it, especially. Well, I'll just get into this later. What did you learn about this Tennessee football team going into Norman and then leaving with a win?
The defense is better than advertised. So are our running backs. Our defensive line, our front 7, is insane. They'll go compete with anybody.
That's why I said we can win in any fashion. We have swagger and confidence. Guys, here's one we hadn't talked about yet today. We didn't let the crowd noise affect us one bit. We had one false start in the game, and that was due to a defensive shift, not the crowd noise. The stadium was loud, and it didn't affect Nico, and it didn't affect our offensive line. I think that's a pretty important thing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And Vawl Daddy, you mentioned a minute ago about the field conditions. There's zero excuses for that field being in the shape that it was in.
It was horrible.
Zero excuses.
It was awful.
Oklahoma, you're in the SEC now. Get it together.
That's why their offensive lineman got hurt.
They had to pass field
I
inspection.
mean, look at their whole team. I mean, they've got a lot of injuries on their team. I mean,
Like, who failed
Do the
at
math.
their job during the inspection? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
there's some people that don't agree with. They say that winning by 10 is plenty.
We did
not
cover.
an issue, and that's fine.
Cover.
But I'm just saying, if Oklahoma goes 6-6, 7-5, it's not as pretty as it is right now. Josh Farley sent 99 stars. We appreciate that very
Josh.
much.
Yep, absolutely.
Very, very much. I think I lied. He might have sent more than that. No, I just see 99. Appreciate you very, very much. In the comments on TikTok, we've got about a total of 8.7 thousand likes on TikTok. We appreciate that very much.
Keep them coming.
We've got a comment that says Tennessee has to play Alabama and Georgia. I don't see you making the playoffs. We're going to split with them, I think. Even if we don't, we're 10-2. If you win 10 games, you're in.
Mm-hmm.
The SEC will have at minimum four teams in the college football playoff. So
I think we get 5.
yeah, I do too. I think it'll be 5.
You know,
But
is it harder to win the SEC championship than the national championship?
It's the same competition. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. You might have like 1 or 2 teams, but what did I learn? That we can win big games on the road. I mentioned it multiple times last week. Our past road struggles, they scared me to death. That was my biggest fear going into this game. Like I said, 22 Georgia. You've got 22 South Carolina, 23 Bama, 23 Missouri, 23 Florida, and Oklahoma was louder than every single one of them games. So it was good to see a better environment, that we've experienced any of them years, and then us still coming out with a win, still dominating the game, still being in control of the game. Any concerns after the game?
Yeah, definitely our O-line. Dane Davis was not very good at all. We can't afford more injuries, especially to our tackles.
I said the same exact thing. O-line depth.
No line depth.
Yeah, O-line depth for me too.
That was my only worry, though.
It's been defensive backs forever. The depth in the defensive back room. But our tackles are crucial right now, man. And I think we're going to be fine versus most of the competition. But when we line up against Georgia and Alabama, we're going to struggle if we're not healthy, in my opinion. That's the only position group that I feel that way about. I feel like we're in good shape other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for listening to that segment presented by VFL, Stephen Hensley Insurance, and Realty. Stephen is from my hometown. He's a Vawl for life and literally the best agent you'll find in East Tennessee. He's done nearly 500 real estate transactions in the last 3 years, including helping former NFL great and Super Bowl champion Rodney Harrison and his family purchase their Knoxville home so they can come watch their son Christian Harrison play at Tennessee. Stephen played 3 seasons as a walk-on under Fulmer and his senior year under Kiffin. He moved from wide receiver to backup punter his junior year and then to running back his senior year. Text or call him anytime, 865-742-1672. That's his direct number. We'll be right back.
Checkerboard, check the score. We're gonna be on top. We're all ball, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000 can't get louder. Gators, come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. We're all ball, bring it on. We're all ball, bring it on. The Ball Navy's getting crazy on the Tennessee. We're tailgating, just waiting for that power tee. We're all ball, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000 can't get louder. Bama, come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing that song. We're all ball, bring it on. Bring it on. Butch and crew coming through, got this thing on lock.
But no, Josh, I parked under the bridge.
All right, we are back. Thank you
back.
for listening to that segment presented by VFL Stephen Hensley. Still have a lot to do for tonight's episode of the Vawl Daddy podcast. We have the duel. We need all of our listeners for that. We need your votes. After that, we'll be getting into our college football pick'ems for a chance at a $25 gift card courtesy of Hound Dogs and some pretty cool stuff from the Vol Navy. Stick around and we'll tell you all about that. Also, one of us have to draw out of the Cup of Misfortune. Any guesses?
I don't know.
Poor Spanky.
We apologize to Facebook. It looks like that signal is lagging.
You can still hear us, though. Maybe.
Hopefully you can hear us. We're going to keep going for audio purposes for Spotify and the podcast platforms. We want to thank Hound Dogs. They're locally owned and operated in the heart of West Knoxville. They have the largest selection of youth clothing and tons of checkerboard overalls that we all wear, stocked in all sizes. They carry a huge variety of brands like the Vol Navy, our great sponsor Tennessee Trends that Amy Maxwell owns, Vintage UT, 865 Life, Old 10, and many other small business brands. Check out Hound Dogs in person at 9250 Kingston Pike or online at hdknoxville.com. They'll also be set up at the Loco Drive-In on game days, which is a huge event.
You know, we all are to pitch in and get Spanky a pair of overalls.
We need to get Spanky
I
some.
about bought some this week at the Vol shop. It was either buy
You
when I
buy them
was
from Hound Dogs.
at the concert. It was either buy this $75 hoodie or the overalls, and I was like, I'll just take the hoodie.
Should have took the overalls.
Yeah, I'd have to put my clothes somewhere, wherever this hoodie I could slide on. But I'm going to get me a pair of overalls.
You've been saying that for 2 years.
I will.
I want to talk about ESPN's FPI right now. Tennessee currently is number 1 in the country, according to Football Power Index, the ESPN does. We passed Texas by 0.4 points. How much thought do you put into this ranking by ESPN?
I don't put much thought into it, but it's cool to be there. These polls and indexes are going to work themselves out as the season goes on. Let's just keep going out there and doing our thing. Let's play Tennessee football every week.
Yeah, kind of same here. I don't look much into it, but I'll take it.
I don't look much into it as well. Like, hate to say it, but as long as ESPN keeps, favoring Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan, I ain't going to listen to much what they have to say.
I honestly love it. Still a lot to prove, but again, we're just fans. We're not the players. We're not the coaches or administrators or anything else. Enjoy it. Enjoy the hype. We deserve it, man. It's been a long, long time, and this fan base deserves it as well. ESPN also has a strength of record metric. The Tennessee comes in at number 2 on this poll. This metric has been closely aligned with the playoff committee's top 4 teams over the last decade. So basically, as of now, Tennessee is ranked much higher than the number 5 team in the country, according to the playoff committee voters. Huge praise, even bigger expectations.
Yeah.
We just got to keep doing our thing, man. Just win, baby. Just win.
Just keep on winning. Everything else will take care of itself.
I said it earlier in the show, start saving now for December and January. It's going to get expensive, boys.
They make payments.
For playoff games,
Yeah, Ticketmaster does payment plans.
I may have to look into that.
Hey, you can either do 4 or 6 weeks, okay? I did the 4-week process with Morgan Wallen. I encourage
It's not
you.
a bad idea.
Or you
Really
could do a
not.
year. You could do a year if you wanted to.
Something we got to look into, Spur.
Let's do this. I'm going to take one more commercial break that we've already played, but I'm going to try to get this Wi-Fi working for you all. I apologize. It's out of our control, but we will be right back.
Checkerboard, check the score. We gonna be on top. We're all ball, bring it on down to Neyland Stadium. 100,000 can't get louder. Gators come and get your song. Yeah, we'll be singing our song. We're all ball, bring it on. We're all ball, bring it on. The Vol Navy's getting crazy on the Tennessee. We're tailgating, just waiting for that power tee. We're all
All right, we're back. Hopefully it's better. I'm not sure. You can thank Highland Communications for this.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, that's for sure. Check out the audio version after the show if this don't come through. We're definitely aggravated about this, but we got to make the best of it. And we got to keep going. Let's talk about the Tennessee defense, offense, and special teams, and where we are ranked through the country after 4 weeks of college football. We can start with the offense. Offense, number 2 in scoring, number 4 in total offense, number 6 in rushing offense, number 9 in first down efficiency, and number 15 in passing efficiency.
It's that Josh Heupel offense that we all grew to love in 2022, and it's back.
Yeah, that stat alone is just crazy. It's what everyone's been. It's why everyone's been taking a serious look at this team. Our time is now, guys. Time is now.
The offense, it's keeping going. Like, yeah, we started slow a little bit against Oklahoma, but hey, we done went over it. Why go fast when you can just win the game, go slow? I'm proud with the offense.
Yeah. Who's scoring more than we are? Is Ole Miss scoring a little bit more than we are? Vawl Daddy, is that the team?
Look who they're playing.
Yeah.
Who has Ole Miss played? Anybody?
Wake Forest?
Yeah, they're
Who?
Yeah.
They're like trying to really put the stats up, and Tennessee is taking the starters out, but they're still putting the stats up. You know what I mean? So that's the difference to me. It's just crazy to me. Like, Tennessee's still not got to play a full game yet. Like, shit, I'm ready to see it a full game. Like, I get it. Our starters were in there the whole game against Oklahoma, but we did not run the offense. We didn't run the offense, from the last drive of the second quarter on. So I'm just anxious to see what we can do, playing a full game.
I'd like to know exactly how many times we threw the ball in the second half. It wasn't more than 5.
That would be a good number to figure out.
Yeah.
I would like to know that number as well. Tennessee defense has a number 1 overall defense in the country right now. Number 1 in first down defense, number 2 in rush defense, number 2 in third down defense, number 4 in fumble recoveries, number 5 in scoring defense, number 8 in red zone defense, and number 11 in passing defense.
Man, this defense is elite. We're doing something we haven't done in a long time. Get off the field on third downs.
That's right.
That's a big stat right there. Getting off the field, letting your offense go to work.
I love the single digits. I love the single digit stats. We got the 11th passing defense. But you got to look at it like this. When our defensive line is getting back there for they can pass it, it's kind of hard for our cornerbacks to get much rep.
A lot of that is because of the garbage time stuff,
Yeah.
that teams are just airing it out, seeing if they can put up some stats.
They should really look into it when they do these stats. Is it again, you know what I mean? They should take garbage time out of it.
Is it against our fifth string or is it against our starters?
I'm anxious to see how we continue to grow. I thought we'd be good, but I had no idea that we would be this good. The Tennessee special teams is number 1 in kick return coverage and number 4 in field goals made. Tennessee has always been elite on special teams, and I'm glad to see it continue.
Yeah, we missed one field goal all year, and that was a 53-yarder. And it was definitely a garbage time of a game. Otherwise, all of our kickoffs have been through the end zone, with the exception of one that went at the 1-yard line and resulted in us tackling the North Carolina State player at the 6. So special teams have been tremendous all year.
There was one that went out of bounds, though.
One out of bounds. That's right, to start the game, right?
Yep. I think we can stay at number 1 all year. Just for the simple fact, I don't foresee anybody not kicking one out of the back of the end zone for us. It's been so consistent. I don't think we're going to give them a chance to return the ball. And Max Gilbert is just money.
So can Tennessee maintain or stay close in all of these categories?
I think
so. We got the potential to.
There's no reason why we can't. We're solid in all 3 phases of the game.
Yeah, I think so too. In my opinion, you see us get even better, especially on offense. Tennessee has not peaked yet, and I don't think we've even come close to peaking. I think Tennessee gets better.
Here's my hot take right now. Max Gilbert's going to win us a big game this year.
I agree.
Mark that one in November down in Athens.
Let us know in the comments if we're streaming better now. I promise you, we got rain all week, so I'm gonna get Comcast in here one way or another. Highland, man, it's rough. It's rough on us. We put in a lot of work to make this show happen, and the sponsors do, and then the Wi-Fi lets us down. Before we hit the duel, we want to thank our sponsor, 865 Exterior Solutions. Matt Cole and Chandler Kite are the guys to call. Local business, local people, no better people to support. Call Matt at 865-399-3547 or call Chandler 865-292-1772 for any of your project needs. Roofing, siding, frames, decks, windows, they can do it all. Free estimates and fully insured. Check them out on Facebook, 865 Exterior Solutions. You will not regret giving Matt and Chandler your business. Let's play the duel. Josh, Spanky, and Spur. Looks like we might be streaming good now. Right in time for the duel.
Right in time.
Welcome back, y'all.
The Josh,
The Josh.
Spur, the Spanky will battle it out over the 5 tough questions. This is listener voted.
Spanky's already voted for himself 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
So in the comments, you have to cast your vote for either the Josh, the Spank, the Spur, whoever you think is winning the duel. Josh is a current champion. Let's see if he can defend his belt. Are y'all ready?
Let's do it, baby.
Let's get it on.
Born ready.
Let's get it on. Hit us with it, Spanky.
Let's get downtown funky brown. Let's get funky like a monkey, baby. Let's go.
It's not what I was expecting. All right. Question 1. Who is the worst team in the NFL right now?
I'm going to
we're
offend
all-
these two right here.
No, you're not. It's the
It's
Tennessee
the
Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Now let's hear why.
Are 0-3 and 0-2 at home. Home is a sacred place. You don't go 0-2 at home. The offense is non-existent. Will Levis. If it wasn't for the D, it would be so much worse
Spit
than
it
it
out
is right
there,
now.
Josh. Spit it
Oh,
out.
man.
I'm just calling it like it is. It's the damn Tennessee Titans. Pure garbage performance against Green Bay this past week. Will Levis continues to prove Vol Nation right.
Yep.
He
Should have
continues to
drafted
prove us
Hendon
right.
Hooker.
Yep. He threw another pick 6. He was sacked 9 times. They lost to Green Bay, who started Malik Willis, who's our 3rd-string quarterback 2 weeks ago. That's who beat us this past week.
Probably should have been starting for us this past
It's
week.
terrible. I mean,
Should have been Hendon Hooker starting for you.
Mm-hmm.
3 winnable games for the Tennessee Titans, and they lost all 3. They get Miami this week on Monday Night Football. Golly, that's going to draw some ratings right there, boys.
Yeah.
Look here,
A
boys.
tooless, not a toothless, a tooless.
I'll go ahead and just tell you this right now. I knew they were bad week 1 when they let a team beat them, and that team did not score an offensive touchdown.
It's 24 points without offensive touchdown.
That actually happened twice in week 1.
It's terrible.
We don't have many Will Levis fans in the comments, that's for sure.
Who puts mayo in their coffee?
Yep, we've had a few Mayo comments. Mike Sharp says the Bungles.
The Bungles? No, they're
The Bungles.
a decent team. They just got to get it figured
They
out.
got it.
NBA Volboy, what's up? Thank you on TikTok. We're at 6.5 thousand likes this round of TikTok. It's already kicked us off once. We have 5.2 thousand the first time, so we appreciate y'all very, very much. Walter says he likes the show. It's really good on Facebook, though, but I'll stick it out on TikTok. I think Facebook's back up.
Facebook
So-
is back up.
Hey, Valde, did you know you can get a ticket to the Tennessee Titans game right now for under $40?
I heard if you go to the Piggly Wiggly, they'll give it out for free if you buy a Coke.
That might be true.
Hey, Panthers tickets are only $8.
Hey, they won a game.
They did.
It's going to go back up.
Andy Dalton.
All right, question 2. If you had to let one position coach or coordinator leave the team right now, who would you choose?
I hate this question.
Me too.
Yeah.
No,
I
me too.
hate this
Why'd
question,
you
but-
put it down?
Okay, that's hard.
All right, so I went with the lesser of the evils here. That is the offensive line coach, Glenn Earlby. No other reason than you're making me choose.
I went, and I pondered on this one for a while, but I went with offensive coordinator Joey Halsey. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I think Coach Heupel could take over as offensive coordinator at any time, and he likely calls a lot of plays already.
It's not just the offense that
I know.
Halsey does, man.
I
He's
know.
a quarterback guru.
I had to pick somebody.
I am going to take up for Spur
Pick somebody
here
that
because Hype does call the plays.
Hype calls the plays, so it's offensive coordinator.
Okay, but
I got
and I
nothing to
understand
argue here. Spur
Hype
got
could
it right on that one.
Hype
Vote
could
for
probably
Spur,
do the
everybody.
same thing.
Huh?
Hype could probably do the same thing, but Halsey has a record of
Oh, I'm not.
Quarterback gurus.
I love Halsey.
I do too. But if someone has to go, Heupel could take over that spot right now.
That is a good point.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm supposed to be unbiased. I sound like CNN right now.
shut up.
CNN.
I'm gonna go with Spur here. Everybody just vote for Spur. He had the best answer out of the bunch.
You're just
If
mad
we're
because this belt's around my shoulder right
No,
now.
look, I want to make sure you don't have it. I don't care. Sometimes I don't care
I don't-
if I
hey,
win as
Spanky.
long as you lose.
Spanky, if I had to ask for any help, it wouldn't be from you.
Well, you're gonna get it.
Let us know in the comments who's winning the duel. We got 3 more questions left. Question 3. Who are you pulling for in the Georgia and Alabama showdown, and why are you pulling for them?
This one's easy for me. I'm pulling for the Bulldogs
Woo, Spanky.
because I want them undefeated on November the 16th, the greatest
Because
day
it's your
of
birthday.
the whole
Oh,
year.
Lord,
I
it's his
want them
birthday.
undefeated. I want them #1 in the country. I want them to beat Texas. I want us to go down there in Athens, Tennessee, beat the #1 team in the country,
Athens, Tennessee.
and Georgia.
So you
Athens,
don't
Tennessee.
want Alabama undefeated for like a top 3 matchup at Neyland Stadium.
No,
You selfish son of a bitch.
I am.
Go ahead, champ.
I went Bama here. I can't stand either one of them, but I absolutely loathe old
Josh
Burt.
is picking against Bulldogs, everybody. You
I-
just heard it. He does not want Bulldogs to win.
You're right. I do not want the Georgia Bulldogs
He
to
does not
win.
want the Bulldogs to win.
All right,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
done.
Finish it.
I absolutely loathe
Love?
Kirby. Bogut. Shut up. You messed me up over here. Kirby Smart entirely. I wish they both could lose, but they can't, and I got to pick one. I don't even want to say it.
I don't hate Kirby that bad.
I hate bowl cut, man.
I don't hate him that bad.
Pulling for Georgia.
You know
Who,
what?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm cheering. I'm cheering for the referees.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go, Spur.
Ain't no way I'm ever pulling for one of these two teams.
Good
I'm
job.
not doing it. I'm cheering for the referees. You know what? If I have to choose one to win, I will say I want Bama to be undefeated when they come to Neyland Stadium on October 19th and College game day to come up on that hill. So I had to walk up that huge hill to get to that party. So there's that.
We'll do it again.
You know, I hope this game is 3-0, and each team has 25 turnovers, and maybe a hurricane hits or something.
Whoa.
Whoa. What?
That's a little much. That's a little much. There's innocent people there.
Just a bunch of
There
rain.
might be some Tennessee fans there because we're on a bye
a bunch
week.
of rain.
Edith says Josh does a great job of keeping the Bulldogs from winning.
Shut up, James. I mean, Edith.
Edith also says Spur makes a good point, but I'm still voting for Boone.
That's right. Big Boone.
Walter says God, this hurts. I'm pulling for Bama only because my grandson Noah Jake is a Bama fan.
Teach him better.
Hey, I'll add to this, man. I think they both lose multiple games this year, and I think they're both going to lose.
I
Dust,
said
too,
there will
so-
not be an undefeated team in the playoffs.
They're
this year.
definitely more vulnerable than they've ever been.
Yes.
Appreciate the love on TikTok. 7.2 thousand likes so far. You combine that with our first episode. That's a lot of likes. That's probably the
That's
most
a lot.
likes that we've had ever.
It is.
TikTok, y'all get a backstage view of what goes on because they will not let us stream what we do. If you want to see it on Facebook, look up Vawl's Deep Podcast. It's Vols with an A and a W. You got to say it with your chest.
Balls.
Question 4. Which Tennessee wide receiver will have the best season this year when it's all said and done?
It is Deontay Thornton. He's come out strong this year. He has blazing speed, and he can take the top off the defenses. I think he has all the intangibles to be the best.
It's Brew McCoy. Brew's already shown glimpses of greatness. He's the #1 target for Nico Iamaleava. He'll continue to get better. That stiff arm against Oklahoma was awesome. Brew has the yards after the catch. He's break.
Yak, baby.
That yak, but Deontay has the touchdowns.
Yeah, he also has the yards after contact. You know, I hate to say it, breaking his ankle last year, it's never a good thing, but I feel like it may have allowed Brew to get even stronger and better than he was last season. So Brew McCoy's going to have a tremendous year.
Man, I want to see Brew have a great. I want to see them all have a great year. 'Cause that's just
There's
good
no
news
wrong
for us.
answer in this one.
But look here, I'm going to go with a third one here. I'm going to go with somebody who, Dante Thornton, he has stepped out of his shadow. He's overcame it. Brew McCoy, come back from injury. Somebody who not a lot of people are talking about, I feel like is going to get open because people are going to start focusing on them too. I'm going with Squirrel White.
All right.
Squirrel's open somewhere down there.
The Squirrel's going to return a lot of kicks, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Squirrel is always open.
Always.
I
Just
got
throw
it.
it down there.
Got a lot of votes for Spur coming in. If you are not pulling for Spur, you better get your votes in right now. Question 5. Who is the best Tennessee linebacker in the last 20 years?
I went Kevin Burnett. All he done in 2004 was have 120 tackles and lead us to an SEC East title.
All-American in 2004. Josh and I actually have the same answer on this one. I also went with Kevin Burnett. So I had to do some digging.
If I wasn't going to do Kevin Burnett, it would be Gerard Mayo.
Jerron Mayo was the second one.
Mayo's a good one.
Mine was Gerard Mayo, everything he did for Tennessee. And, hey, big shout-out to Gerard, man. He's doing pretty good right now for the Patriots.
Love it.
Oh, absolutely.
We've got an A.J. Johnson vote come in. That's a very
That
good
was
one.
another
Yeah,
one. Second
that is a good one. He got screwed out of a full year of playing time here, but
Mike says, can Spanky pronounce Iamaliava yet?
Nico Eva Maliava.
there's no Eva in it, son.
Golly.
Nico Eva Maliava.
Ia Maliava.
Eva Maliava.
Chris
Jesus
says, can't
Christ.
wait to watch Bama and Georgia this weekend. I think my Vols are going to beat them both. Go Big Orange.
Go Vols.
Got the potential to.
Nico
Logan
Eva.
says, Al Wilson
Ia.
from Jackson, Tennessee.
Nico
Don't forget
Ia.
us in
He
West
said-
Tennessee.
He said 20 years.
Logan, the
Because-
last 20 years.
That's
But
right. I
would
did say Nico Eva
I would agree
Maliava.
if it was 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
Jesse says Spanky ain't been a Tennessee fan for 20 years. I don't think he's 20 years old.
I am 20 years old.
Oh, he's 20 years old. My bad.
He's been a Tennessee
Almost
fan.
25.
He's
He's
been
been a Tennessee fan for 20
20 months. 20 months.
Spurs in the lead. Let us know in the comments if you want that to change. Freedom Motors, if you're in the market for a car, truck, SUV, or work vehicle, or work van, even a boat, look no further than Freedom Motors. Guaranteed financing. They will give you the absolute best money for your trade-in. They can guarantee financing solely based off of the relationship and reputation they have with the local banks. The owner, Chris Looper, has been in the automotive industry for decades. He only brings the best of the best to his lot. Go see Chris at 7765 Manorville Pike, Knoxville, or check out Freedom Motors at freedommotors10.com to see their inventory. It's time to announce last week's winner of the football pick'ems. Spur, please let us know who won last week's giveaway.
This was a rough week for everybody. We had over 50 people that participated in pick'ems, but with 7-3 and winning the tiebreaker was Jamie Dopel. Not sure who you are, Jamie Dopel, but we're going to look you up and send you a message. So be listening, or we'll send you a message. Went 7-3 and picked 48 as a total points scored in our game. So that was the closest one.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get his address. We'll give him a shout-out and make sure we get him a $25 gift card and maybe some baseball cards, football cards, decals. We'll hook him up.
Edith says Spanky is legal
Look, everybody in the comments give me a hard time. Look here.
and too old for Diddy.
Come at me when it's hard for. And I get. I used to be a Florida fan. I was young and stupid, like you guys are now. But I was born
I'm
over
old and
in
stupid.
UT Hospital. I am a member of the volunteer club. I do go to multiple Tennessee games, and I am a Tennessee fan right now. And I'm on this podcast. And where are you at? You are at home on your phone and your Facebook, and you ain't even got a profile picture of yourself. So that says a lot about you. Thank you.
Robin says, "Listen, when Florida fires Billy, if they hire Dion, I will burn my Gator stuff and be looking for a new team."
Hey,
Don't burn it. You
we'll
can
welcome
send somebody.
we'll welcome you with open arms.
I
Florida
make good
can't.
money off that stuff.
Florida can't be dumb enough to hire Deion Sanders.
No, I think he would get out of the coaching profession as it is. I think he'll just go into high
Deion's following his son to the NFL to be some kind of
analyst or
Yeah.
something like that.
When there's a winner, that means there must be a loser when it comes to the college football pick'ems. Our records for week 3 were:
Rough.
in first place, Spur went 7-3. That puts him also in the first place overall at 32-13. In second place, I went 6-4. That puts me at 27-18. A tie for last with Josh. Spanky and Josh both went 5-5 last week.
I
But
don't know about that.
total points. Josh picked 65 total points.
I knew this point thing would get me one day.
Spanky picked 55 points.
You didn't lose, Spanky.
So
You didn't
Josh,
lose. I had you worried all of a sudden.
Hey, I will burn your house down.
the point thing got you the first week.
Yeah.
Week 0.
Yeah, it got me the first week. Or the
Booyah.
first time I done it, too.
So Josh, he'll either have to draw out of the cup of misfortune, or he can do the dare. He can do the dare, or he has to donate $25 to charity to St. Jude's Hospital. But before that, I lost last week, so I had to walk an imaginary dog in a dog park. It was pouring rain all day today, so I decided to do it no other than Walmart. So for your all's pleasure, I'm the Vawl Daddy, and welcome to Jackass. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Come on, boy. Come on. Thank you. Come on, Sonny. Sonny, no. No, don't jump. Come on. Quit, Sonny. It was. Very good game. Hey, Sonny, you quit. Sonny. Oh, you're good, man. You want to pet it? Come here. Come here. You want to pet it? Want to give it a treat? No? Hey, Sonny. I apologize. I'm sorry. Get up here, Sonny. Hey, quit. You're acting like a Georgia fan. Come on. Come here. Good boy. Good boy, Sonny. That's a good boy. Yeah. All right.
Lord.
So, we got a lot of laughs in the comments. We got a Cavs of a Clydesdale. I like that one. Acting like a
Cavs of a
Georgia fan.
Clydesdale.
Yeah. Hilarious, Kimberly says.
Best one yet, someone says. Jamie.
All right, so the attention's off me now, and it's on the Josh.
The Josh.
The Josh. So, who wants to shake it up?
Let me shake it.
I'm going to give it a shake.
You just want to pass it down the line?
Pass it down the line. Let them all shake it up. Josh either has to do this dare,
You ain't shaking it.
or he has to donate $25 to our
hold on.
charity, St. Jude's Hospital.
He's already told me he's not singing anywhere. So
No, not happening.
Sing, buddy.
I don't sing, buddy. Recite cheesy pickup lines to 5 strangers in
that's what
Walmart.
I wanted. That's what I wanted.
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
I'll do it with you.
All right.
I'll do it with you.
Man, Spur, why do you want to do it?
I'll
for?
do
Let me see that bad boy. I got to keep the receipts. Oh, here, boys. So Josh will recite 5 cheesy pickup lines to strangers in Walmart. Man, we love Walmart. They should sponsor this show.
Can we make it a competition? I'll do it with Josh.
Who can get
for
the
fun.
numbers?
No, just for fun.
Oh.
Who can come up with the worst?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Who can pick them up?
Yeah. Who can come up with the worst?
All right. We got a bye week, so there's no excuse to get it done this weekend.
It's gonna be fun.
This will be fun.
Awesome. All right, so far this season, Spanky's had a dance in Walmart parking lot. I had to change my relationship status to married on Facebook. Josh and Spur had to pretend to be Jehovah's Witnesses. We said for 3 houses, but they overdone it a little bit. And then I had to walk an imaginary dog. And then now they've got to recite cheesy pickup lines to strangers. Our sponsor, Stephen Hensley Insurance and Realty, donates $100 of every real estate closing to charities. Already donated $8,100 in the first 6 months of doing this. Some of those charities include Cofield-Mortburg Youth Clubs and the Legends of Tennessee Football Camp. He's your go-to resource for all things insurance and real estate. Great person. 865-742-1672 is his direct line. Call him or text him, whichever you prefer. Please let him know that we sent you. It's time for our football pick'ems. Game 1. New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons.
Give me the Saints.
When the Saints come marching in.
Guys, this is a better game than what you think. New Orleans struggled this week against Philly. Atlanta's looked pretty good. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I may have drawn this cut before long. Give me Atlanta.
Falcons. I'm going with the Saints, man. That defense looks pretty good. But the Falcons look good too. So I think it's going to be a really good game.
It'll be a good game.
Game 2, Denver Broncos at New York Jets.
Let's ride.
Give me the Jets.
Give me AA Ron and the Jets.
I've got the Jets as well.
Proving y'all wrong.
I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna cook. Let's see. Spanky takes the Broncos. Game 3, the Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bucks didn't look too good last week against Broncos. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, it's another good game. It's in Tampa Bay, but I'm going to take the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Baker Mayfield.
I agree. I think it'll be close, but I think I'm going to go Eagles.
I'm going Eagles as well. I got too many players on my fantasy team from Philadelphia, so I've got to keep that good juju going. Game 4, the Kansas City Chiefs at Los Angeles Chargers.
How about them Chiefs?
Yeah, I can't pick against the Chiefs here.
Chiefs.
Wow. So NFL, there's not going to be too much
There is at the top.
sway there. There's 2 games. There's a little sway.
I don't think we're going to pick different on this next one either.
Game 5, the Vikings at the Packers.
Vikings.
Sam Darnold's look good. Give me the Vikings.
You say Vikings, Josh?
Yes.
Is Darnold cleared?
I don't know, but Malik Willis is garbage.
He wasn't last
He'll
week.
get
Yeah, he was.
exposed.
He wasn't last
He'll
week.
get
Yeah, he
exposed
was.
this week.
Yeah, he was. He was still garbage.
I'm taking the Vikings as well. I kind of wanted to go Packers. Hard to beat them there in Lambeau.
Yes.
Game 6, Arkansas at number 24, Texas A&M.
Woo pig suey.
Ooh. Give me Texas A&M.
Give me the Aggies.
Spanky, I agree with you. Let's woo pig. Give me that woo pig, Spanky.
Ho,
All
pig suey. Ho, pig suey. Ho, pig suey. Razorbacks.
How does he know that? But he can't pronounce our quarterback's name.
I have a hard time with words. Leave me alone.
That was just strange.
Game 7, Oklahoma State at Kansas State. Josh, let me go ahead and say Oklahoma State for you. No?
Yeah, I think they bounced back this week.
They took Utah to the wire. It's a tough game. Give me Mike Gundy in Oklahoma State.
I almost went Kansas
He's
State.
a man and he's over 40. Give me Mike Gundy in Oklahoma State.
I've got Oklahoma State as well.
Everybody had Oklahoma State that one?
God, BYU absolutely rolled Kansas
They did.
State.
They did.
That's my reasoning.
Me
by the
too.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Game 8, number 15 Louisville at number 16 Notre Dame.
Louisville by a mile.
Give me the Irish in this one.
Give me Notre Dame.
I've got Notre Dame as well.
I don't like it. I don't
I'm
like
out
it.
on a limb here.
I think Louisville plays them good. I think Notre Dame might have too much for them. Game 9, Illinois at number 9 Penn State.
I like how Brett Bielema's had the Illinois playing, but Give me Penn State. It's a wide out. It's over with.
If
They
game
are
had,
white now for sure.
That's what I was told.
if the game had been in Illinois, I may have picked them. But with it being in Penn State, give me the Nittany Lions.
Give me Penn State.
I've got the Lions as well. I'm pulling for Illinois though. Game 10, the one everybody is fired up to see. The number 2 Georgia Bulldogs travel to the Alabama Crimson Tide. We need the total points as well.
Give me Bama. With 56.
I'm going to think with my head here a little bit more. I'm going to take Georgia and give me 44 points total.
Change mine to 54, not 56.
Who's that coming down the tracks?
Oh my God! You going Georgia?
UGA, baby. Points 62.
I was waiting on him to say, give me Alabama.
Nah, I ain't go-
I'm gonna
62.
roll with the Tide. I'm going 45 points. I think Alabama gets it done.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they get it done.
Spur operates the Facebook page for the Pick'ems. Explain to the people, Spur. We the people. Explain it to them how this works.
All right, one more time for everybody that's listening out there. These 10 games we posted on the Vols Deep Podcast Facebook page tomorrow morning around noon. Pick your picks on that page and that page only. We'll share it out, but please comment only under the Vols Deep Podcast original post. Tiebreaker will be the total points scored for the Georgia-Alabama game coming up. So get your picks in. The contest will end at kickoff of the first game.
Yep, $25 gift card to Hound Dogs is what you'll win. Maybe some things from the Vawl Navy. We're going to send you some cool decals and some baseball or football cards as well. Thank you for listening to
Speaking
us.
of winning, give me my belt.
The duel. Why
There
do
goes Spur.
I do this every week. Spur is the dual champion. And it wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close.
Give it to him.
Give me my belt. Give me my belt.
But thank you all for listening to us, whether it's live or after we publish our live. Check us out on all of our platforms. We appreciate all of our sponsors more than we can put into words. Please support them because they support us and make the show happen. And we don't say it enough, but thank you to our listeners. The growth, the comments, the shares, the downloads, that means the world to us. It motivates us to keep going and to be better, to learn to do better. So just thank you all very, very much.
Help us spread the word, guys. We love what
Spread
we're
the
doing
words
here.
and tell your friends, baby. Go Vols!
Go
Go
Vols.
Vols.
Balls.